And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym in West Des Moines as we present high school girls and boys basketball Tuesday night edition, Central Iowa Metro League doubleheader, Dowling and Southeast Polk for the second time between both the girls and boys teams. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadeo, and Jimmy Cataldo will join us in Game 2 of the boys contest. Coach Burkert, welcome. I see you're dressed in the nines in your Notre Dame outfit. I appreciate that.
There you go.
I don't like seeing that cardinal and gold. I get enough of that at home, and nothing against the cardinal and gold, but I prefer seeing the good old Notre Dame colors. So thank you, Coach Burkert, for bringing that out on a Tuesday night.
You're welcome, Mark. Anything I can do for you.
Oh, you do quite a bit. And we got another matchup, Dowling and Southeast Polk. It's 2 games this week for the Dowling girls and boys teams. And as far as doubleheaders, the final 2 doubleheaders of the year. Friday night will be Dowling and Waukee Northwest right here at the Dowling Gym. And then Saturday, the Dowling boys take on Norwalk in a non-conference game at noon, just a boys-only game here at Dowling on Saturday. But other games going on tonight, Ankeny at Waukee Northwest. These are all girl-boy doubleheaders. Johnston at Ankeny Centennial. The Johnston girls have won 70 in a row, and they're ranked number 1, taking on 11th-ranked Ankeny Centennial in game 1 of their doubleheader. And Waukee is at Urbandale. Those are all girl-boy doubleheaders. The Valley boys are, I believe, in action tonight, and they are at Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln. They will start here in about 10 minutes in a non-conference boys game. So the Valley girls have the only bye out of the all 9 CIML teams. And so let's look at some of the matchups. And Mike Burkert, second time around, Dowling and Southeast Polk. The first time was a one-sided game over at the Southeast Polk gym, as Dowling won that one very handily, 63-25. The Maroons were up 26-10 at halftime, and Dowling had more offensive rebounds in that game than Southeast Polk had total rebounds. 14 offensive rebounds for Dowling, just 12 total rebounds for Southeast Polk. A very one-sided game, but Southeast Polk did not play with Hallie Clark. She was out that night with an injury, and she is back tonight.
Yeah, Dowling, like you said, Mark, they out-rebounded them overall 43-12 in that game. When you mentioned, 14 offensive rebounds, they also defensively out-rebounded them 29-10, only giving them one shot, which is really important. When we talk about as you go forward is to making sure that you keep your fundamentals, you block out, and more importantly for Dowling, and again, one of their keys is if they can keep teams to one shot, get the rebound, their transition game fuels their entire offense. And if they can get down the floor, get a quick shot and a good shot, that really moves their offense, propels it forward.
Well, and the Maroons coming off a win Friday night in the game you heard right here in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. It was a top 5 battle, and it was number 3 Dowling defeating Ankeny 63-45. The Maroons really had their way with the Hawks on Friday, got off to a great start, did everything they want, got the ball inside. Great shooting outside by both Mullers, Ellie inside and Katie outside, and everybody else kind of took care of it. And Maroons look for that momentum build, because the girls play 2 games this week, tonight and Friday. Then they're off for 8 days, which we believe they'll be off 8 days, and they'll have a regional semifinal that Dowling will more than likely host. We say that because the 4A and 5A regional pairings come out tomorrow, and we anticipate Dowling being a number 1 seed and getting the bye the first round and having a semifinal. So we're just kind of assuming that. That's what they've done in the past, and the Maroons are in the top 8 in rankings, and that's kind of what you're based off of. So that being said, Dowling girls got 2 games this week, and then they're off for 8 days. So you really want to put your best foot forward with you have 32 minutes tonight and 32 minutes on Friday to get ready for the first postseason game.
You do, and you're right. They played pretty well against Ankeny the other night. One of the things we've talked about is they need to find that third consistent scorer. Ellie and Katie Muller, average somewhere in the neighborhood of 17 points plus a game, and it's getting that third person. And that game, Sears had a nice game, and then Nikki Muller actually, I believe, hit 3 threes. Actually, from the same spot in the right-hand corner down here. So they need to get those 2 guys looking aggressively offensively.
Dowling girls come in with a record of 16-3. They're ranked 3rd in Class 5A. Southeast Polk this year with a record of 3 wins and 15 losses. They're fighting the 3-game losing streak. They are just 1-9 since the Christmas break, and that's not a way to go to postseason. And more than likely, the Rams are going to have a play-in game 1 week from tomorrow. It'll be a Wednesday night play-in game, and that'll be on Wednesday, February 18th. They'll be involved with the 5A first-round game. And they'll know their opponent tomorrow.
Yeah, and they can be a dangerous team. They're young, and if you come out and shoot lights out in a game, because they will shoot the 3, and they have some athletic girls, you can't go to sleep on them at all.
No, they do have some athletic girls. They did a lot of damage this summer when they lost their starting center, Hallie Vanderwert, 6'1" junior, and coming off a great freshman campaign. She tore her ACL last summer, rehabbing from that, and hopefully she'll be back for her senior year next year. But in the meantime, it's just been trying to plug in for head coach Brad Johnson in his 3rd year at Southeast Polk. Just trying to fill in the gaps. Got running almost an all 5-guard lineup at times. You got a couple post players that you can bring in, and this will be a different lineup than what we've seen the first time. Not because Hallie Clark's back, but we're going to see Gracie Wilson get a start tonight in the contest, and then she did not start in the first meeting, along with Allie Bogwell, part of the Bogwell sisters. Allie will get the start tonight. So there's 3 new starters from when Dowling faced them earlier this year back in January. What was it, January 9th at Southeast Polk.
Yeah, they're trying to find the right combination, and they had a tough game and lost to Urbandale the other night, if I remember right. That's a tough one for them. But it's a matter of they just got to come out and play their game. I'm sure that they have a game plan set up that they're going to try to. My assumption is they'll try to slow Dowling down a little bit, try to take the shot clock all the way down, move the motion, and see if they can get drive to the basket. I know last year and this year they're not shy about taking it to the basket, even against Ellie in there. I think she set a record for block shots last year, I think, in a game. Like 10 block shots or something like that. So they're not shy about doing that, and it depends on how the referees are calling things. You never know what's going to happen. You
have to have a post presence even though you don't have a true post, and that's what you're referring to with Southeast Polk, and I'm sure they will. That will more than likely happen. We're going to take a break, come back with our starting lineups. It's Dowling and Southeast Polk, the girls' game first here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. We're live from the Dowling Catholic Gym here in West Des Moines alongside Mike Burkert. I am Mark Amadale. Our studio producer tonight is Roman Wilkham. We appreciate Roman. Fresh off the Dowling boys swim team, who are moving on to the state tournament. Congratulations to them. We'll return with starting lineups in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Do you believe in the importance of Catholic education? Do you owe Iowa income tax this year? Consider a gift to the Catholic Tuition Organization to help worthy students attend Catholic schools in the diocese and receive an Iowa tax credit of 75% of your donation. If you give $1,000 to CTO, you'll receive a tax credit of $750. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com.
Dowling Catholic High School gym in West Des Moines. About ready to introduce our starters on the floor. Andy Krieger will take care of that, the PA announcer here at Dowling. And let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the visitors from Southeast Polk High School, their head coach is Brad Johnson in his third year as the head coach. 22 wins, 41 losses. He is assisted by Corey Borcherding and James Reth, also Shiloh McCool, Jason Stafford, and my man Kevin Burton, all helping out with the coaching staff for Southeast Polk. The Rams come in with the record, as I mentioned earlier, with a record of 3-15. They are unranked. They've averaged 45 points on offense and give up 61 points on defense, and they will start at point guard Yasana Love-Smith, a 5'5 freshman. She'll wear number 4. The other guard is Brooklyn Ruddy, 5'8 sophomore. She'll wear number 3. And their point guard, the other point guard, is Hallie Clark, a 5'5 junior, averaging 10 points, leading scorer on the team, and she will wear number 15. At one forward, Allie Bogwell, 5'9 sophomore. She'll wear number 14. And finally, the other forward is Gracie Wilson, who leads the team with made three-pointers and 20. Wilson, a 5'10 freshman, wearing number 11. Off the bench for Southeast Polk tonight, Ella Wheatley, a 5'6 sophomore, along with Sloan Gaffney, a 5'8 sophomore, and Elise Bartles, who got the start last time Dowling played the Maroons. Bartles, a 6'2 freshman, and Olivia Toohey, a 5'8 senior, also started in the previous game. She's coming off the bench tonight. Toohey will wear number 34. So that's a tale of the tape for the Southeast Polk Rams. Earlier, it was Dowling defeating Southeast Polk 63-25 back on Friday, January 9th at the Southeast Polk Gym. And for Dowling Catholic, their usual starting lineup they've been going with, as the Maroons come in with a record of 16-3, ranked third in Class 5A, averaging 59.5 points on offense, giving up just over 40 points on defense. The head coach is Kristen Meyer in her 10th year, 183 wins, 61 losses, assisted by Joel Danner. Audrey Faber-Francis, we hope you get better. She is not with the team tonight. Tom Donahue, Lisa Morrissey-Smith, Jonathan Vanderraw, and Logan Greiner, all part of the coaching staff. Dowling will start at point guard Katie Muller, 6'2 junior, averaging 17 points, wearing number 11, and captain The other guard is Maddie Rice, 5'8" senior, averaging just under 6 points, and captain, wearing number 25. Third guard is Nikki Moeller, 5'11" freshman, averaging 6 points, she'll wear number 21. And the other guard is Adrian Sears, a 5'10" freshman, averaging 7 points. And at center, captain Ellie Moeller, 6'3" senior, averaging 17.5 points, 12 rebounds, leads the team in both categories, and she'll wear number 23. So it'll be all three Moeller sisters, Katie, Nikki, and Ellie, along with Maddie Rice and Adrian Sears for Dowling Catholic tonight. And Mike Burkert, that's the tail of the tape. What are some of the keys to this contest that our listeners need to know?
Well, I think it's important for Dowling. Last time they played them, they got a little bit confused a little bit in the second quarter when Southeast Polk came out with the zone. And
forgot about that.
Yep, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see that kind of mixed in a little bit just to change up a little bit, because it's a man-to-man or person-to-person, depending on how you look at it, I suppose. It's tough to match up against Dowling's height for Southeast Polk. So Dowling needs to identify what defense they're in and attack it patiently, limit their turnovers. That's been an issue that we've talked about throughout the years, is they make good passes, rebound, ball, transition, and they need to make their open shots tonight.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we will have the tip-off between Dowling and Southeast Polk, the girls' game coming up. But first, a word from our sponsors and our pregame prayer with Father Reed Flood and our message from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming provided by Iowa Wealth Management, a fee-only investment advisory firm helping clients grow and protect their wealth, offering personalized investment strategies as well as financial and estate planning. Learn more at iowawealth.com, committed to creating peace and purpose in your finances.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more. Programming supported in part by Skeffington's Formalware, in business since 1951 with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalware, online at skeffingtons.com. Thank you, Skeffington's Formalware, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym in West Des Moines. About ready to tip off Dowling and Southeast Polk, a Central Iowa Metro League Conference doubleheader. Game 1, the girls contest, Class 5A. Third-ranked Dowling and unranked Southeast Polk. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadeo. I think we have some listeners tuning in tonight, Mike. I know we got some folks that like to hunker around the radio or sometimes the TV and listen in. And I know they're very loyal, but I question why they're home on a Tuesday night when there's so many more things to do, right?
Well, they might have been out doing yard work today, resting up.
You're being polite. I think some of them might have been golfing. If not today, yesterday. Is it?
Yesterday for sure.
We've got to mention our snowbirds down in Arizona and Florida and Texas. Yeah, we had some pretty good weather here yesterday. Got a record high in the 60s on Monday, and today is up in the 40s. The wind made it a little bit cooler, but nonetheless, we're underway. Dowling with the ball right to left in front of us. Dowling, the home team, in their own white uniforms. They work underneath the Ellie Moeller. Shot off the glass too strong. Gets her own rebound, put back up too strong. Gets another rebound and is whistled. A whistle and a foul, missed the shot. So Ellie having contact in the lane, and the foul's on Brooklyn Ruddy.
And Southeast Polk started off in the 2-3 zone that time. They were able to reverse the ball, get it back into Ellie, and just missed a couple of easy 5-foot shots.
Muller makes the first of 2 free throws. 72% free throw shooter on the season, averaging 17 points, 12 rebounds. Leads the team in both categories. Her sister Katie, percentage points behind her in scoring, and second free throw good. 2-0 Dowling. As we're underway here at the Dowling Gym, Southeast Polk in their all black uniforms with gold numbers and trim with the Rams in the front. Shauna Love Smith with it. Out front to Allie Bogwell. Now they work it down to Hallie Clark. Stops at the right block, guarded by Sears. Dowling in man-to-man. Underneath, the pass goes to Love Smith. And she can't get off the shot. 10 on the shot clock, so here's a near steal by Nikki Muller on that pass to Yasana Love Smith. Brooklyn Ruddy, Yasana Love Smith, along with Gracie Wilson, Hallie Clark, the 5 on the floor for Southeast Polk, and Allie Bogwell. Clark with it, stops the right elbow, dribble handoff goes to Bogwell. Allie for 3, it's no good, missed everything. Rebounded by Katie Muller. Outlet pass down to her sister, and she threw it away. Lead pass to Ellie. She ran the post route, and she threw the curl route, so pass is incomplete. Turnover against Dowling.
Yeah, it's one of those again. Just be patient. You're going to get good shots, I think, tonight.
All right, Southeast Polk with the basketball. They get a shot in the lane that's no good. Dowling outlet pass to the other end of the court, and the ball stolen away on the baseline by Allie Bogwell, but out of bounds to Dowling as the Maroons lead it 2-0 as 6:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Here at the Dowling Gym. Glad you could join us as we interrupt our regular scheduled program for Tuesday night high school girls and boys basketball. Inbounds pass goes to Katie Muller, and a 3-pointer from the right wing, good. Dowling up 5-0 over the Rams. Southeast Polk the other way, reverse layup, good. That's Hallie Clark with the reverse layup. She's headed to UNO to play college softball, and Clark with a near steal on the pass to Sears. Dowling gets it back. 2-3 zone by Southeast Polk. 3-pointer by Katie Muller, no good. Ball slapped around, and Maddie Rice comes away with it. Gets it to Ellie Muller. Maroons get a brand new shot clock. Here's Sears with it. Adrian guarded by Hallie Clark. Skip pass over to Rice. Now to Katie Muller underneath to her sister, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Good help defense that time by the Rams. Mike, is Allie Bogwell.
Yeah, it looks like the zone offense is a little rusty here to start with.
Probably hadn't had to use it for about a month.
That's true. Although I do know they have been practicing it, assuming that people have watched that tape for a little bit.
We got a pushing foul on Gracie Wilson of Southeast Polk. That's the second team foul on the Rams. 5-2, Dowling with the lead. Rice will throw it in, gets it to Katie Muller. To Sears, now back to Katie on the baseline. Drives baseline, stops underneath. The cutter is Maddie Rice. Her shot up and no good, and the rebound cleared out of there by Ruddy. Maroons had a good look at it, just couldn't hit the shot. There's Bogwell with it. In the lane to Clark. Her shot no good, gets her own rebound. The ball knocked out of bounds off Clark. So it'll be Dowling basketball. And the Rams will pick up man-to-man here in this set, it looks like. Mike, we'll see if they jump into 2-3 zone. No, they won't.
Yeah, just kind of matched up as coming across.
Underneath to Ellie Muller. Right block layup is good. Turns on that right block and scores. Ellie Muller with her 4th point. That's her first field goal, and she has 4 points.
Yeah, it looks like if they can enter it from the wing, it takes away the front side help, and she's able to shoot over the top.
And Yasana Love Smith with the 3. The freshman scores. Now here's a steal by Ruddy of Southeast Polk. Entry pass to the right block, stolen away by the Rams. With it is Bogwell. This is Allie Bogwell. Her sister Izzy off the bench. And a long 3, up, good. That's Gracie Wilson with her 21st made 3 of the year. And the Rams lead by 1. 8-7 over Dowling. 4.5 to go, first quarter. Sears now to Muller on the right block. Looking for a cutter. Ellie stops, dribbles, pivots in the lane, turnaround shot up, good. Ellie Muller shoots and scores. That's her 6th point. Rams did not help on her that time. They went with single coverage.
No, that time she got a little bit lucky because I think that she kind of pushed off.
Long three up and good by Brooklyn Ruddy.
That's 3 consecutive 3-point shots made by Southeast Polk.
11-9 Rams. Southeast Polk by 2. Dowling in the front court. Here's Katie Muller. Guarded by Wilson. Now to Sears. Skip pass over to Nikki Muller for 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound, Ellie Muller. Her shot up and no good. And a whistle and a foul on Allie Bogwell, and that'll be her first foul. 3rd team foul on the Rams here in the first quarter. It's 11-9. Southeast Polk by 2. With 3:33 left to go here in the first quarter, Ellie Muller with 2 free throws. First one up and good. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Bozen the Florist, Iowa Wealth Management, and Construction Professionals. A couple substitutions in for Dowling. Tess Carmichael and Olivia Meredith both in. Carmichael a sophomore, Meredith a junior. Second free throw good by Ellie Muller. She has 8 points to lead Dowling. Tied at 11. Now here's a three-pointer up and no good by Love Smith. Rebound Dowling. Katie Muller underneath to Olivia Meredith. Kicks it out to Carmichael. They skip it around the horn. Now here's Katie Muller. Dribbles to a spot. Leaves it for her sister. Pull-up jumper from 15. No good. Katie Muller. Offensive rebound and putback. No good. Tip by Katie. No good. Gets her own rebound. A brand new shot clock and dribbles out of it. Here's Carmichael with it. For Dowling, guarded by Gracie. Underneath to Meredith. Olivia turns, and her shot up and no good. Drew the foul. And that'll be on Brooklyn Ruddy, her second.
Yeah, one of the disadvantages of that 2-3 zone is that you don't have somebody to block out. And Dowling's got 4 offensive rebounds in their first 9 possessions.
So Olivia Meredith, the free throw line. She is 3 for 5 from the line on the year, shooting at 60%. First free throw good. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Fast Signs in Clyde, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. So Dowling going 3 Mullers along Carmichael and Meredith. In the lineup, second free throw by Olivia Meredith, no good. Good box out by Southeast Polk. And Elise Bartles in for the first time tonight with the rebound for the Rams. 12-11 Dowling. Rams with it between the circles. Gracie Wilson, dribble handoff, goes to Clark. Hallie picks up her dribble on the right side. Now to Sloan Gaffney, who just checked in. Gaffney, a 5'8 sophomore. 10 on the shot clock. Underneath, the pass by Bartles. Had a better chance at shooting the ball instead of passing, Mike, and she passed it and it's tipped out of bounds. 6 on the shot clock as the Rams inbound the ball.
Yeah, she had a lane to the basket there, but I think the shadow of Ellie Muller caused her not to.
Good point. Now here's a shot up and no good by Gracie Wilson on the baseline. Rebound Dowling. Katie Muller, that's a logo 3, and it's good. Wow. Right wing 3 by Katie Muller. That is her second 3 of the night. She has 6 points. Dowling up 4. 15-11. 2 minutes to play. First quarter here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. Game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader. Southeast Polk with the basketball. Clark with it. Hallie dribbles down the left side, puts up a shot up and good. The basket will count, and a foul on Dowling. Olivia Meredith will commit the foul, as they will count the basket by Hallie Clark, and a nice move by Hallie, picking up her 4th point.
That was a nice move going down the left side there with a left-handed layup and drew the foul.
Moves back to their starting lineup, or 2 of their starters come back in. Maddie Rice and Adrian Sears as Nikki Muller and Olivia Meredith check out. First team foul on Dowling, 4 on Southeast Polk. Free throw good by Clark. 69% free throw shooter on the year.
Southeast Polk in a full court press on him.
Dowling breaks the press, 2-on-1 fast break. They get it to Rice, kicks it out to Muller. Now to Katie Muller, fakes the 3. In the corner to Rice, gets it into the right block to Ellie Muller. Her shot off the glass, good. Too much Ellie Muller And Sloan Gaffney at 5'8" was guarding her in the post.
Yeah, Sally Polk doesn't have anybody with the height to defend her inside if they play on their backside.
10 points for Ellie Muller, 17-14, Dowling by 3. Rams with the basketball. There's Gaffney with it. Swings the ball left wing to Bartles. Bartles looking inside, now gets it to Love Smith. Yasana dribbles baseline, guarded by Sears. Can't get off the shot. 8 on the shot clock, minute to play. Corner 3, up and short by Gracie Wilson. Rebound Dowling and Katie Muller. Out to Sears. Over to Carmichael. To Maddie Rice, back to Carmichael. 45 in the shot clock, 25 in the shot clock, 45 in the game clock. Here is Katie Muller for 3 right in front of Southeast Polk, and it's good. Katie Muller with her 9th point on 3 threes here this evening. It's 20-14. Dowling with its largest lead at 6 in the last 25 seconds of the first quarter as the shot clock is turned off here, Mike.
Yeah, Dowling had a nice offensive set that time. They set the screen across on the top person on the zone and free her up for that 3-point shot.
They did. Several passes and then the shot. Rams with it. Here's Gaffney, swings it over. Here's Clark in the lane, puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebound, Ellie Muller. Outlet pass goes to Maddie Rice, stolen away by Smith. Love Smith with the steal, and the horn goes off, and we've come to the end of the first quarter here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. Our score, Dowling 20, Southeast Polk 14. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadeo. Roman Wilkham is our studio producer tonight. Back with the second quarter in 1 minute as you're listening to Dowling Catholic basketball on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Remember, O man, that you are dust, and to dust you shall return. These words we hear each Ash Wednesday to remind us of our death and judgment awaiting us all. While our bodies are the source of so much focus in our culture, they will decay into dust till they are ultimately resurrected or reunited with our souls at the end of the world. God has granted exceptions to this, however, in the incorruptibles, those saints whose bodies are miraculously preserved intact after death as a visible sign of their holiness. These miracles have withstood in-depth scientific and medical examinations that rule out any possible hoaxes and make clear that they are entirely distinct from bodies preserved through extreme temperatures or mummification. When St. Bernadette Subaru was examined in 1909, 30 years after her death, her body appeared the same as when she had been alive. It was odorless, her skin was supple and had coloration, while the rosary in her hands had rusted over. Today, her body can still be observed, and pilgrims state that she looks as if she were merely asleep. And then take St. Anthony of Padua. Years after his death, his body had decayed, but God had preserved the great preacher's tongue alone. Those present reported that it was perfectly pink. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
Back here at the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. Tuesday night, high school girls and boys basketball. Central Iowa Metro League basketball. I mentioned some of the other games going on tonight. Johnston and their 70-game winning streak at Ankeny Centennial. These are all girl-boy doubleheaders. Ankeny at Waukee Northwest and Waukee at Urbandale, all girl-boy doubleheaders. Boys game, Valley on the road at Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln. Rams get off the first shot of the second quarter. It's up and no good. Maroons come away with the rebound. We'll get our first quarter statistics here in a moment with Dowling leading 20-14. And now in the corner, three-pointer up and good by Sears. Adrienne Sears with her first 3 of the night, her 17th made 3 of the year. And Maroons up 23-14, 9-point lead, their largest of the night. Dowling 5 of 6, the free throw line. And Southeast Polk 1 for 1. And now here's a shot in the lane, no good. Dowling with an outlet pass to Maddie Rice, layup no good. Yasana Love Smith comes away with the rebound and dribbles in the front court. And the Rams will set their offense. Here is Gracie Wilson, who got the start tonight. And she'll launch. The shot is partially blocked by Sears, rebounded by Ellie Muller. Ellie in the front court to her sister Katie, now to Maddie Rice. Rice underneath to Muller, layup good. Good feed by Maddie Rice, and we've got a timeout. We'll get our statistics in. This will be a 30-second timeout called by Southeast Polk. 25-14 Dowling, and Ellie Muller with 12 first half points. Mike Burkert, you got the first quarter statistics.
Sure. Yeah, for Dowling in the first quarter, they were 6 of 11 from the field overall for 55%. They were 3 of 5 from the three-point range. All 3 of those were hit by Katie Muller. Like you mentioned, 5 out of 6 free throws. They had 9 total rebounds, 4 offensive, 5 defensive. They had 3 turnovers. For Southeast Polk, they were 5 of 10 overall, 50%. They were 3 of 5 from three-point range, 1 of 2 from the foul line. They just had 2 rebounds. They had 0 turnovers in the first quarter. I think the difference, Southeast Polk in that first game only shot 22%. And in this game, so far, they shot 50% in the first quarter. So that's why it was a 20-14 first quarter score.
And the Rams had 3 different players make a 3-point basket. Ruddy, Love Smith, and Wilson. Allie Clark, the leading scorer, has 5 points on a pair of field goals and a free throw. And Allie Bogwell, who got the start tonight, is yet to score for the Rams. For Dowling, Katie Muller with 9 points. Her older sister Ellie with 12 points. Olivia Meredith off the bench with 1 point. And Adrian Sears with 3 points. Maddie Rice yet to score. Now Southeast Polk with the basketball. They try to work it inside to Clark, and the pass is stolen away by Sears. Adrian down the lane, layup up and good. She went around Clark, and then she had one more player to beat, and that was Elise Bartles for the basket.
Yeah, she made the steal and took it right down before they got the defense set up and was able to drive right to the basket.
Now Love Smith underneath. Her shot no good, but drew the foul, and Yasana will go to the free throw line for Southeast Polk. Nikki Muller with the foul on Dowling. That'll be the first team foul on Dowling here in the second quarter. Rams have yet to commit a foul as they reset the fouls at the end of each quarter, as they do in women's college basketball. Tremendous rule. First free throw no good by Love Smith. She has 3 points tonight. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Construction Professionals, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Iowa Wealth Management, and Bozen the Florist. Second free throw no good. Ellie Muller with the rebound. Nearly lost her balance, but hauled it in. Rams are 1 for 3 tonight at the line. Dowling with the ball. Here's Sears with it, guarded by Clark. I like that matchup, those two. Now underneath to Ellie Muller. Her shot no good. Ball tipped out of bounds as Maddie Rice went to the offensive rebound and knocked it out. As Tess Carmichael and Olivia Meredith check in. And Adrian Sears and Ellie Muller check out of the Dowling lineup.
Dowling has probably their best defensive lineup in there right now outside of having Ellie on the bench, though.
You got your leading shot blocker on the bench. How could that be the best lineup on the floor?
You got a lot of quick people out there right now.
There you go. We're just not going to recognize shot blockers here. Apparently.
But they just blocked a shot.
And then Katie Muller blocks the shot on a turnaround shot in the lane by Bartles. Rebound comes out to Dowling. Maddie Rice, corner 3. It's up no good. Offensive rebound, Meredith. Power dribble, leaves it for Rice. Kicks it out to Katie Muller for 3. It's off the back iron, no good. Meredith keeps it alive. Olivia now has the ball stolen away, loose on the floor. Jump ball to be Dowling possession with 5:24 to go here in the second quarter. Maroons lead it 27-14 over Southeast Polk. And the Maroons will have an inbounds opportunity here, Mike, with 31 on the shot clock underneath their own basket. All right, here's Katie Muller throwing it in. Gets it into Rice. Back to Katie Muller for 3 in the corner. It's no good. And the rebound, Allie Bogwell. Rams in the front court. Bogwell. Dribble hand off to Ruddy. Olivia Tui checking in, 5'8" senior, who was a starter the last time these two teams played. There's a shot off the glass, too strong by Bogwell. Rebound Dowling. Katie Muller in transition. Dribbles in the lane. Jump stop. Pull-up jumper up and good. Hits the back of the rim and rolls through. Katie Muller with her 11th point. And a timeout, Southeast Polk. This might be the 1-minute version. If it is, we'll take it with them. 30-second. We'll keep it here with 4:52 to go. Second quarter, Dowling 29 and Southeast Polk 14. Alongside Mike Burkert, Mark Amadale. What do you see there, Coach? Rams are hanging around, but the Maroons trying to separate themselves a little more.
Yeah, Dowling started off the second quarter on a 9-0 run. Southeast Polk has gone 7 consecutive possessions to start the quarter without scoring. And in fact, they went the last 2, so they've gone 9 consecutive possessions without scoring, and that's not a way to try to stay in the game, especially with the firepower that Dowling can put at you.
Want to get well wishes to Audrey Faber, now Audrey Francis. Still call her Faber.
I know you do.
And she has her logo or her imprint at the Southeast Polk gym floor where that infamous shot that she made when Bob and Sharon were coaching her. And you were on that bench. And
I was there.
I was there, too. I was up behind you guys, on that track that we call it. Here's a steal by Dowling, a layup up and good by Ellie Muller, and the pass from Olivia Meredith there. So we want to wish Audrey Faber get well wishes. Hopefully her husband Riley's taking care of her. She's under the weather a little bit, and hope she recovers quickly. And we'll see her Friday night, hopefully, as a shot in the lane, no good by Southeast Polk. Winners lead at 31-14. Here's Sears. Pass goes underneath to Ellie Muller. Can't get off the shot. Lisa for her sister Nikki for three. It's off the mark, no good. Olivia Meredith with the offensive rebound and put back up and good. And you might be exactly right about that defensive team that's out there with Olivia Meredith, as she was right around the ball and scores her third point.
Yeah, again, that's the downfall of the zone. You don't have any blockouts.
And here's Carmichael with the block shot. Ruddy's shot was blocked by Carmichael, and Tess comes away with it for the Maroons. To Nikki Muller. Now to Sears. 3.5 to go, second quarter. Maroons 33, Southeast Polk 14. Gets Ellie Muller, right block. Little scoop shot off the glass, good, as she went right around Allie Bogwell. Muller with 16 points for Ellie.
Dowling's on a 15-0 run here.
35-14 Maroons. Largest lead for Dowling right now at 21 points, with approaching the 3-minute mark. Here is Bogwell for three. It's no good. Rebound Ellie Muller. Maroons running again. Ellie leads a break. Tries to pass underneath to her sister Nikki, and it's kicked out of bounds off a Southeast Polk player as Ella Wheatley enters the contest for the first time. Number 10, a 5'6" sophomore, replacing Yasana Love Smith. And Sloan Gaffney checking out. And checking in will be Gracie Wilson.
Yeah, this is reminiscent of the third quarter for the first game where Dowling outscored them 24-4 to kind of spread that one out.
Dowling inbounds the ball. Here's Sears going baseline, shot off the glass, up and good. Got around her defender and got the inside position. Adrian Sears with all 7 of her points in the second quarter, 37-14 Dowling. Wins by 23. 2:35 remaining here in the second quarter. Southeast Polk with the ball left to right towards the north basket. Here's Wheatley dribbling baseline. And they're going to get it for the travel. She drug her pivot foot. Turnover against the Rams. Top 10 in Class 5A. Of course, they'll have new rankings tomorrow. And Classes 4A and 5A will get their brackets. Johnson, number 1 team, followed by Waukee Northwest. Dowling Catholic 3rd. Ankeny 4th. And Cedar Rapids, Washington 5th. 6 through 10 as Cedar Falls, Iowa City Liberty, Valley, Iowa City High, and Iowa City West. And that's Ellie Muller underneath, getting loose for her 18th point. Now the Rams the other way. Ball loose on the floor, stolen away by Sears, and they say she traveled with the basketball. Says one of our officials, and this we should mention our 3 officials tonight: Mark Vanderhaar, James Solt, and Cole Osterhaus. Thank you for being here, gentlemen. And they'll stick around and do the boys' game. Rams inbound the ball, get a brand new shot clock following the traveling call. Here's Clark underneath, guarded by Sears. Layup up, no good, and they're going to get Adrian for the foul, and Clark back to the free throw line. I like how she attacks the rim.
She did. She got the ball, turned the corner, and went right to the basket.
On Sears, that's her first foul. Clark has 5 points and is 1 for 1 at the free throw line. First free throw up and good. Hallie shooting nearly 70% at the line. Did her mom, Kristen Sling, shoot that well, or her Aunt Tana shoot that well, Mike? Do you remember? Second free throw no good by
I would say
Clark.
For sure Tana did. And if Kristen didn't, it was like 69%.
Just wondering about that. You never know about the softball pitchers. Here's a corner 3 by Dowling the other way. It's no good by Sears, and she's hit and dropped as she hits the 3 and then fouled by Gracie Wilson. Count the basket. So a 3-point basket by Sears. That's her second of the quarter, and she'll have an and one here, and she took a tumble. That's why her and Olivia Meredith, Adrian Sears and Olivia Meredith, on the flag football team here at Dowling.
Well, that's right. I heard about that.
That's right.
Tom Donahue was telling me about I didn't know about Sears, but I knew about Meredith.
Adrian, it was her first year, but Adrian likes it. She's going to play it and completes the 4-point play. So Sears tonight has 11 points, all in the first quarter.
It's that third scorer we were talking about before the game started.
There you go, 43-15 Dowling. Rams with the basketball underneath. Shot with the left hand, no good by Ruddy. Outlet pass to Meredith. Dowling gets the ball down court. He tried getting underneath to Maddie Rice. Stolen away by Ruddy. Turnover against the Maroons. Southeast Polk the other way. They try a backdoor cut. Try to feed it to Hallie Clark, and it's knocked out of bounds off the Maroons. Minute 15 remaining. First half. We'll be joined by Dowling boys basketball coach Justin Einertson. Rams inbound the ball. They get it to Bartles. Not a Ruddy. Backs in the lane. Her shot blocked by, either Katie or Ellie Muller. One of the two. Rebound Dowling. Outlet pass down court. Layup good. That's Molly Austin in the basketball game for the first time. Shoots and scores. Boy, if you were a stat guy, would you give the block to Ellie or Katie Muller? Because she had to go over both of them. I couldn't tell from here.
I probably would give it to Katie because she was closer to the shooter.
There you go. Timeout on the floor, and they're going to say a minute. We'll take it with them. 1 minute break, 45-15. Dowling with the lead over Southeast Polk back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
The Catholic Tuition Organization, your sponsor today, supports worthy students wanting a Catholic education. Gifts to CTO are first monies applied to tuition expenses in the Diocese of Des Moines. That means other sources of support will go further. Donations to CTO earn a 75% Iowa tax credit. If you give $1,000, you receive a tax credit of $750. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. Tuesday night, high school girls and boys basketball. It's Class 5A girls basketball in the Central Iowa Metro League. Dowling leading by 30, 45-15. Out of the Southeast Polk timeout. A shot in the lane, no good by Olivia Toohey. Offensive rebound, Southeast Polk. Here's Love Smith with it down the lane. And underhand scoop shot, good. Nice move by Yasana Love Smith. That's her 5th point of the night. 45-17, Dowling with the lead. Shot clock turned off. 25 seconds remaining in the first half. There's Katie Muller, right block. Skip pass over in the corner to Molly Austin for 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound out to Nikki Muller, and she can't save it from going out of bounds. It'll be Southeast Polk basketball. Mike Burkert with 17.5 seconds remaining, and maybe one final shot for the Rams.
It's been a 25-7 or 25-5 quarter. This one.
Yeah, the Maroons led 20-14.
Or 3.
And only 3 points for. Here's Clark with it in the lane. Goes up against Katie Muller. Her shot no good. Rebound Katie Muller, and we go to halftime with Dowling leading 45-17 over Southeast Polk as the Maroons hold Southeast Polk to 1 field goal and 1 free throw in the second quarter. We'll take a 1 minute break, come back with our halftime guest. That is Justin Einertson, the Dowling boys basketball coach. Preview the Dowling Southeast Polk boys game for the second time this year. Those two teams will play in game number 2. Right now at halftime, the Dowling girls leading Southeast Polk 45-17 alongside Mike Burkert. I am Mark Amadale. Back with more from the Dowling Gym here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. G.K. Chesterton says, "It is a very common phrase of modern intellectualism to say that the morality of one age can be entirely different to the morality of another. And like a great many other phrases of modern intellectualism, it means literally nothing at all. There has been a revolt against Christian morality, and where there has not been a return of Christian mysticism, it has been a return of the mysticism without the Christianity. But I believe that the moralists arguing with the immoralists will have the best of the argument, because men cannot argue without doctrine any more than they can fight without discipline. Want more than a minute? Visit us at chesterton.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym, West Des Moines, alongside Mike Burkert. I am Mark Amadale. We're at halftime of the girls' game. Dowling leading 45-17 over Southeast Polk, and now joined by Justin Einerson, the Dowling boys basketball coach, as his team gets set to take on, for the second time this year, the Southeast Polk Rams and head coach Dave Stubbs. Coach Einerson, welcome, and here we are. This is number 5 in a row at home? Boy, this feels good, doesn't it? After all those road games we had, we were in everybody else's gym. Now we're on the home stretch.
Yeah, I prefer being here, putting my coat in the same place, parking in about the same spot. That's nice. We're getting used to it. You know, we get on the road once before the playoffs start, but the timing of all this is pretty great.
Certainly is, and what a homestand you have this week. You have 3 games for the Dowling boys. The girls have the 2 tonight against Southeast Polk, Friday night against Waukee Northwest, but you take on Norwalk at noon on Saturday right here in the Dowling Catholic Gym. So a 3-gamer this week.
Yeah, I mean, this is our last 3-game week until hopefully the state tournament. So we want to, it's good to get those reps in. We had a couple earlier on in the season, and it's a different kind of mental task. So it's good, I think, this time of year to mix in a couple of them.
Yeah, and you're coming off a tremendous win Friday night over Ankeny. A great game to watch, packed house, a little bit of everything in the game, a lot of emotion, and that's kind of what you want to play for, under tempered emotion. But tell you what, your kids came away with it. They know they can play in that environment. Tonight you're going to play Southeast Polk, maybe not quite the environment of Friday night, but a Rams team that's improving, and they're in every game they played under Coach Stubbs in his first year. But you had your issues with them earlier in January when Dowling was over there, but tonight we're going to see a pretty decent lineup out of Southeast Polk.
Yeah, it's a really talented group. Obviously, they had a lot of move-ins, and those guys they're talented. So you mix it with Emmanuel Titi, who's really quick. It's a tough matchup. You look at who they played and what they've done. I mean, they went to double overtime with Johnston, lost by 1. They had a shot to beat Ankeny that rimmed out underneath the basket. So, it's a maturity test. I think I've said that for 2 years, but every single one of these types of games is a test of how locked in are you going to be. Obviously we had a really high emotional game Friday. I would assume Friday will be a high emotional game as well. A mature team would come out and play with that same type of emotion tonight.
Well, you hope so. I know, the rotation you had Friday was senior night rotation. You brought Alfred off the bench, and maybe that's what he should do, come off the bench, because look what he did. He just took over the game once he got in, and I know you like to go big, but you went small to start with on Friday night, and Alfred Coley had a tremendous night.
Yeah, well, there's 2 ways to look at it. We were down 12-4 by the time he got in the game, about 3 minutes in.
That's right.
But once he got in, we couldn't take him back out, so he got pretty comfortable out there on the floor and had a big night. We've seen Alfred improve week to week throughout his career, and Friday was a monster step forward. So if we see that guy, we're talking about a real threat in the playoffs.
Got a question for you, Coach.
All right.
Go philosophies here. I grew up in Indianapolis, so I was exposed to a number of different coaching philosophies in Indiana with Bobby Knight and John Wooden. Who, as you grew up and as you kind of developed your coaching philosophy, what coaches did you kind of emulate in developing what your philosophy is?
Well, the first one would be my Uncle Ron. So my great uncle Ron Einerson used to hold the record for wins in Wisconsin. He's in the Hall of Fame up there. Won a few state titles at Neenah in Wisconsin. That would be one. 2 are easy. Dick Bennett, who was the Badgers coach. He was the Phoenix coach in Green Bay, pretty close to where I grew up, and then the Badgers coach for a number of years. And then Bo Ryan took over, and we have some loose family ties with him. Like, I wouldn't say I'm tight with anyone in his family, but there's people in my family that are. We named our son after him. So those three guys really stick out. As I got older, Jerry Dryman was my first boss at Clark. I learned a ton from him. And then I worked for Mark Adams, who was the Texas Tech head coach for a couple years down in Texas. I feel like everyone I've been around has given me something really great. Coach Schaefer at Grandview, there's a couple of concepts. Toughness wins games is his big thing. And, man, you look at us, and that's pretty much our whole philosophy without saying those three words. So, there's a number of them, but I would start and probably finish with Uncle Ron. It was pretty cool to see him work that hard and find that type of success and be that passionate about coaching.
Okay, good. Yeah, I agree. I think that the coaches you have when you're growing up, developing, just your high school coach. We had a good one in Two Rivers too. Coach Wagner won a ton of games. I don't think he ever won a game at the state tournament, but for a small blue-collar town in Wisconsin, I thought he did an awesome job. What's funny about him is I grew up in a really defensive system, or his system was very offensive, but I watched all these coaches that were very defensive. So had a lot of respect for Coach Wagner. I know he still tunes in every now and then from up in Two Rivers, which is pretty neat. Yeah, I know. Same with me. I did it for 35 years here. So I had, Bob and Sharon and then John Wilkinson and Bob and Sharon again, and just a ton of people that were assistants to me during different times. And you learn a lot from those people, from their experiences, and how to work with kids. So best shooting coach I've ever seen was 80 years old when he was on staff at Two Rivers. Warren Otto. He was there since about the 40s. So, that's kind of neat. A lot of that stuff still you can carry over to today.
A shooting coach. Back in those days, they shot free throws underhand, and it's amazing you say that, Coach.
He used to say offense because he was around basketball so long. That's what they called it when he started. But, he did teach some underhand free throws, and we had some guys at the JV level that did it because they weren't able to hit it any. You know what? That reminds me. We got a couple guys right now that may need to go underhand. It's about time. But that's interesting because I think when I first came out here, there was a guy that did a clinic at Hoover. I think I'm layman, and while he talked to you about shooting, he shot, and he didn't miss a shot while he's talking and he's looking at the crowd and he stopped and shoot. The entire hour, he didn't miss a shot while he's explaining to you how to shoot it. That's incredible. It was.
We need more of that.
Yep,
more
we need
shooting.
a couple of those out here for free throws.
All right, well, Coach, best of luck tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the postgame show, I hope, on a Tuesday night postgame. And
yes, sir.
What are the keys for the Maroons to be successful against this Southeast Polk boys team in Game 2?
Now, there's a good question. We had one shot in the paint our first time around in the first half, and we shot it really well from three, which is nice. But I think, playing through the post first is going to give us a lot of success tonight. It's a good team. It's a big team. It's an athletic team, but we got to impose our will inside.
Okay, when you say post, which post? Charlie or Alfred?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Any of them.
Perfect. Any of them.
Either and a guard too, maybe.
Hey, this is the only team to out-rebound us this year as well, so our guys are pretty fired up to hear that when we announced it yesterday.
Didn't realize that. Yep. All right. Coach, thank you. Best of luck. Thanks for joining us. That's Justin Anderson, Dowling boys basketball coach, joining us here at halftime. We're going to take a 1-minute break, come back with the second half of the girls contest, and we'll have first half statistics and scoring. Our score at halftime, Dowling 45, Southeast Polk 17 in the CIML girls contest here in Game 1. Back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Programming supported in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951 with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, online at skeffingtons.com. Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
It's the Catholic Morning Show with Bo Bonner, Matt Wilkham, Aiden Pugh, and Alexia Baker.
This is Bo Bonner. Coming up Wednesday, lead producer Pierre Farragut shares the inspiration behind Bernadette the Musical ahead of its Midwest premiere. We'll highlight the upcoming Forge Conference happening in Des Moines. We'll have another Olympic update, plus all the news, weather, and Saint of the Day info to help kickstart your day.
The Catholic Morning Show, weekdays at 7, only on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, connecting people to Christ.
KIHS, Perry, KDVM, Mason City, KCSL, Spencer.
The radio home for your Dowling Catholic Maroons. 105.5 KIHS, Perry, Des Moines. IowaCatholicRadio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio mobile app. Encounter Jesus.
back here at the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. Both teams switch baskets. Southeast Polk going right to left towards the south basket. Rams in their all black uniforms with gold trim and numbers. Dowling with the ball as they just took advantage of a turnover. They get it inside to Ellie Muller. Layup good. The assist to her sister Katie Muller, and Ellie with 20 points. And the Maroons lead it 47-17. Dowling by 30. Keep in mind the running clock begins at 35, the mercy rule for Federation basketball. And here's a three-point shot that's partially blocked by Nikki Muller. Love Smith had her shot blocked. Dowling with the rebound. They work it inside and tipped out of bounds off of Southeast Polk here, Mike.
Yeah, if Dowling's just patient here, they're going to get any shot that they want. It was when they kind of push it a little bit. When it's not there, that's when they have problems right now.
In the first half, Dowling 6 of 7 at the free throw line. Southeast Polk just 2 of 5. And now on the right block, Ellie Muller, a shot up and no good. And rebounded by Southeast Polk, and they lose the ball in the back court as Gracie Wilson couldn't handle the pass, went off her foot and out of bounds. So Dowling will get the ball as we're under 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Rams went 2 of 5 at the free throw line. Their leading scorer was Hallie Clark with 6 points in the first half. Isana Love Smith with 5. And now underneath, layup good. Off the inbounds pass by Adrian Sears, who has 13 points in this contest.
Nice out of bounds play. Nice screen across, and Adrian got wide open for the layup.
Here's Ruddy with it. Kicks it back out to Bogwell. Down the lane, shot off the glass, good. Had to get it above Ellie Muller, and she did. Allie Bogwell with the basket, and that is her first basket of the night. She has 2 points, 49-19. Dowling with the lead and the basketball. 6.5 to go. Rice's pass inside Ellie Muller. Slapped away by Bogwell, and now Nikki for 3. Nikki Muller for 3. It's no good. Rebound Dowling, and the Maroons get a brand new shot clock. There's Maddie Rice on the cut. Gets it out to Katie Muller for 3. Good, right in front of us, and we could tell it was lined up perfectly. Katie Muller with her 14th point.
It was lined up. It was a nice pass by Maddie Rice to get her to that spot.
Now underneath, Clark with the basket. Hallie Clark with her 8th point. Shoots and scores. 52-21 Dowling. The Maroons get the ball underneath. Katie Muller got a little too deep as her shot was just a little bit short. And a rebound out to Southeast Polk. 5:40 remaining third quarter. 52-21 Dowling. Here's Clark with it. Gets it back in the corner to Wilson. 10-footer no good on the baseline. Tipped out of bounds off Dowling. And let's run through the scoring for the Maroons. Ellie Muller right now with 20 points. 14 points for Katie Muller. Adrian Sears with 13 points. 3 points for Olivia Meredith off the bench. Molly Austin with 2 points off the bench. And Maddie Rice is yet to score. And Tess Carmichael did not score. That's the Dowling scoring in the first half. Mike Burkert will get the first half stats here in a moment. Southeast Polk with the ball. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Bogwell for 3. Good from the top of the key. Bogwell held scoreless in the first half. Has 5 points here in the third quarter. 52-24 Dowling. 5:10 to go. Third quarter. Here's Carmichael with it to Ellie Muller. Looking for a cutter. Gets it to her sister. Katie, her shot with the left hand no good. Gets her own rebound. Put back up and no good and drew the foul. Free throws coming for Katie Muller. Now, Mike, our first half statistics, please.
Yeah, in the first half, Dowling shot 17 out of 30 overall, which is 57%. They were 9 of 11 from the 2-point range in the second quarter, and that really stretched out there. 6-7 free throw line. They had 25 rebounds, 9 offensive, 16 defensive. They had 5 total turnovers. While Dowling was shooting the ball well, Southeast Polk was 1 of 13 in the second quarter, which is 7%. Overall, they were 6 of 23 for 26%. I had them 2 of 6 from the free throw line. They had 6 rebounds and 4 turnovers.
Katie Muller goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line. She has 15 points. Southeast Polk with the ball. Corner 3 on the left side, no good by Brooklyn Ruddy, and the rebound out to Dowling. Ellie Muller to her sister Katie, and overthrew her just a bit. Turnover goes out of bounds to the Rams with 4:40 remaining here in the third quarter, and Dowling up 53-24. Southeast Polk with the basketball. Rams work the right side. They get it to Bogwell. Gets it out to Ruddy. Top of the key, guarded by Katie Muller. Down the lane she goes. Layup up. No good. Rebound, Ellie Muller. Tell you what, when Katie or Ellie are guarding you, your shot's somewhat altered. You got to get a high enough arc so they don't block the shot, and that time it didn't happen.
That's true.
Here's Carmichael with it in the corner. Katie Muller for three. It's off the back iron, no good. Maddie Rice with the offensive rebound, and she's fouled by Smith. Yasana Love Smith, I should mention, with the foul, and that'll be her first foul, and free throws coming for Maddie Rice, who's yet to score in this contest. So she'll get 2 free throws here. That'll be the second team foul on Southeast Polk here in the third quarter. First free throw up and good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by the Catholic Tuition Organization, Construction Professionals. Our thanks to Fast Signs in Clive and to Skeffington's Formal Wear. Second free throw no good by Rice. Rebound, Southeast Polk with 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Rams now, next dead ball, they're going to have a line change. The old hockey line change, 5 new players set to check in for Southeast Polk. Here's Clark with it, picks up her dribble, works the right side to Bogwell. Now to Ruddy coming off a ball screen. In the corner it goes to Gracie Wilson for 3. No good. Offensive rebound, Allie Bogwell. And her putback is up and no good. Rebound Dowling underneath Rice to Meredith. Her shot no good. And the rebound out to Southeast Polk and Gracie Wilson. Now to Clark. And a whistle and a foul on Dowling and Maddie Rice.
Third quarter mark, it's Dowling's outscored them 9-7. So Southeast Polk has played them really, really tough this third quarter.
Rice with her first foul. And whole new line change coming in for Southeast Polk. Sloan Gaffney, number 23 in the lineup, along with number 24, Presley Zutenhorst. First time for her tonight. Olivia Toohey, who played a little bit in the first half in there. And throwing it in is Ella Wheatley. And now a 5-second call on Wheatley, as she did get the ball inside to Elise Bartles, but it didn't reach the player's hand until the 5 seconds were up. Turnover against the Rams with 3:15 remaining here in the third quarter. 54-24 Dowling. And now Carmichael for 3 right wing. It's no good. Offensive rebound and putback by Ellie Muller is good. Ellie with 22 points. Now pressure in the backcourt, and we got a timeout called by Southeast Polk. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter at the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. Our score, Dowling Catholic 26, Southeast Polk 24. Along with Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadale, back with more following this break on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know that God constructed women's arms differently than men's? I am Father Thomas Loya with a Theology of the Body moment for the Tabor Life Institute. The axis of a woman's outstretched arms angles inward at the elbow, whereas in men the axis is straighter. This enables women to bring things to themselves easier than men. Everything about a woman's body, her mind, heart, and soul, is designed for connectedness and to bring the world close to her heart. The language of her body says that God is close, tender, and loving. But she also has what John Paul II called a genius. It is her gift of receptivity, stamped in the very design of her body. The Pope said that this makes woman the archetype of the human race because God designed the human race simply to receive his love. To find out more about the theology of the body, visit taborlife.org. taborlife.org.
Roland Wilcom spinning the music tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio, our studio producer, alongside Mike Burkert, Mark Amadale, as we return to the Dowling Gym in West Des Moines. Here's a steal by the Maroons coming out of the Southeast Polk timeout. Dowling 56, Southeast Polk 24 in game one, the girls' game. Katie Muller for 3, it's no good. Offensive rebound, Olivia Meredith and Dowling. Brand new shot clock for the Maroons. Here is Austin for 3, it's no good, but rebounded by Sears. Adrian with it. Skip pass in the corner to Nikki Muller for 3, and it's good. 3 opportunities for Dowling, and Mike, that's not good odds for the opponent.
No, I think if you statistically looked at it on offensive rebounds for in any level, it's always that second or third shot. If you give it up, you're going to end up getting the score up.
It was a long three, up and good by Presley Zutenhorst. Zutenhorst with her first three of the night. Didn't play in the first half. And for Nikki Moeller, that was her first 3 points of the night. 59-27 Dowling. And now Katie Moeller for three right in front of the Dowling bench, up and good. Katie with 18 points. And that is her fifth made three of the night for Katie Moeller. 62-27 Dowling. Minute 30 remaining here in the third quarter. Don't forget the boys' game to follow on Iowa Catholic Radio. Jimmy Cataldo will join us for that. Here's a steal by the Maroons. Molly Austin in the front court to Nikki Moeller. Back to Austin. Won't shoot the three. They work it around to Meredith. Olivia on the right block to Katie Moeller. Katie will launch the three. Up good. Timeout Dowling. Katie Moeller hits that three. She's got 21 points, Mike, and that is her sixth made three of the night.
I think that takes us over the 35 points. That's going to be a running clock now.
Indeed. 65-27 our score. The Mercy rule in effect, so the clock will run except on free throws or timeouts. And now Dowling with wholesale substitutions as they bring in Kate Clendenin and Emerson Flattery. There's a shot by Southeast Polk. It's no good. Rebound Rams, and put back up and in by Izzy Bogwell. We talked about her sister who starts. Izzy comes off the bench, the senior, shoots and scores. Just 65-29 Dowling. Here's Flattery with it for the Maroons. In the corner to Nikki Moeller for three. It's no good. Clendenin with the rebound, but she stepped on the baseline to be out of bounds to Southeast Polk.
It was a good effort. She got the offensive rebound and really worked hard to get that, but just a little too far underneath the basket.
Southeast Polk with the basketball. Izzy Bogwell hands it off to Caroline Nave. Dribbles in the baseline. Can't get the shot off. Back to Bogwell. And Izzy's shot no good. Drew the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line. Izzy, the senior, and her younger sister, Allie, who started tonight, a sophomore. Fouls on Flattery of Dowling, her first foul. And the first free throw good by Izzy Bogwell, who has 3 points off the bench tonight for head coach Brad Johnson. Second free throw no good. And the rebound Dowling. Here's Katie Moeller in the corner. Over in the Flattery for three, and it rolls through. Gets the Mike Burkert roll.
That's true. There you go.
So 3 points for number three, Emerson Flattery. We've come to the end of the third quarter with our score. Dowling 68, Southeast Polk 30, alongside Mike Burkert. I am Mark Amadale. We'll return with the fourth quarter in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming provided by Iowa Wealth Management, a fee-only investment advisory firm helping clients grow and protect their wealth, offering personalized investment strategies as well as financial and estate planning. Learn more at iowawealth.com, committed to creating peace and purpose in your finances.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Sister Mary Guadalupe from the School Sisters of Christ the King in Lincoln, Nebraska. Thank you for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym in West Des Moines. Tuesday night, Central Iowa Metro League basketball. Class 5A girls going on right now. We start the fourth quarter. Dowling girls leading 68-30 over Southeast Polk. Maroons outscore Southeast Polk 23-13 in that third quarter after Dowling led 45-17 at the half off of a 25-3 second quarter. Now here's the Maroons with the basketball. Olivia Meredith has her ball stolen away by Brooklyn Ruddy, back in for the Rams. As we have the running clock until it gets below 25-point lead. So a running clock right now for Dowling. The ball will not stop on plays that go out of bounds, but they will stop on free throws and timeouts. All right, here's Yasana Love-Smith back in the lineup for the Rams. They work it around to Wilson, 10 on the shot clock. Allie Bogwell back in. Bogwell leaves it for Clark. Turnaround shot, no good. Ball was blocked by Adrian Sears, but she got a little bit of body, and Sears will be whistled for her second foul. And free throws coming for Hallie Clark. Dowling 3 of 7. Dowling 8 of 11 at the free throw line through 3 quarters. Southeast Polk 3 of 7 at the free throw line through 3 quarters. Make it 4 of 8 with the first free throw good by Hallie Clark. Second free throw on its way, also good. I don't know. I think Hallie's got a better free throw percentage than Mom.
Just tonight.
There we go.
I didn't see Mom hit one yet.
Yeah. She's up there with her dad, Roger, behind us. And now here's a steal by Southeast Polk. Layup good. Gracie Wilson with her 5th point. 68-34 Dowling. 6.5 to go. 4th quarter. Muller, a little high-low underneath the Tess Carmichael. In the corner to Maddie Rice for 3. Good. Corner 3 from Maddie Rice. And that is her 4th point of the night after hitting a free throw earlier. 71-34 Dowling. 6:20 left to go. There's Allie Bogwell. Gets it underneath to Clark. Her shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Olivia Meredith battling in there with the Rams. Brooklyn Ruddy. It'll be possession arrow favoring Southeast Polk as Meredith and Carmichael check out. And we've got a timeout on the floor, and this will be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 5:55 to go here in the 4th quarter. 71-34. Dowling with the lead over Southeast Polk. Back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
When I was looking at going from renting a house to buying a house for the first time, I was terrified by that kind of financial commitment. I called my dad, told him about my fear, and he said, "You know, I got your back. If things don't work out, I can always bail you out." So I gave it my all with a new spirit of peace, knowing that I had this safety net because I have a father who's looking out for me. Thank God for good dads. You know, guys, you have a heavenly Father who's looking out for you. Jesus said, "Your Father knows what you need before you even ask Him." Look, you have problems to face every day. You have obstacles to conquer. You have things that stress you out. That's okay, we all do. There's no escaping that in life. But as you approach those things and you give it your all, do it with the spirit of someone who has a father who's got his back. Because guess what? You do. Send us a message at connect@reallifecatholic.com. This is Chris Stefanik from reallifecatholic.com.
Welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines out of the Southeast Polk timeout. Dowling 71, Southeast Polk 34 here in this girls Central Iowa Metro League Class 5A game. Rams with the basketball underneath their own basket. Here's Clark tied up. Leaves it for Ruddy underneath. Her shot knocked out of bounds. It'll be Southeast Polk basketball. And Mike, go ahead and start going through the stats through 3 quarters.
Yeah, through the 3rd quarter. In the 3rd quarter, Dowling was 8 of 18 overall, 45%. They were 5 of 11 for 3. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. They had 12 rebounds, just 1 turnover.
Basket by Allie Bogwell. That is her.
Southeast Polk was 4 out of 12, 33%, 1 of 4 from the 3-point range. They had 5 rebounds and 4 turnovers.
Bogwell with her 7th point, all in the second half, after being held scoreless in the first half by the Maroons. Dowling with the ball. Katie Moeller, Ellie Moeller, Maddie Rice, Nikki Moeller, and Adrian Sears. And here is a shot just inside the 3-point line, the left wing. It's no good by Ellie Moeller. And the rebound out to Southeast Polk. Rams have it. Allie Bogwell with it. They work underneath the Clark. Her shot up and no good. And Maddie Rice with the rebound and Dowling with it. 71-36 Dowling. Maroons reverse the ball. They get it underneath. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Southeast Polk basketball. I'm just getting a little careless there, Mike.
Yeah, it's their 3rd turnover in the first 5 possessions of this quarter.
If you joined us late, Dowling jumped out to a 20-14 lead at the end of the 1st quarter. The Maroons outscored Southeast Polk 25-3 in the second quarter to lead at halftime, 45-17. Now underneath, Clark, her shot up and no good, and rebound Dowling. Maroons outscored the Rams 23-13 in the third quarter. And now the Maroons working underneath. Ellie Muller, her shot up and good. She now has 24 points on her third field goal of the second half. That is her 10th field goal of the game. She has 24 points, 73-36. Another line change set to check in for the Rams in the next dead ball. Here's Sears for three. Up, in and out, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and they say it went off of Katie Muller. And wholesale substitutions for Southeast Polk. Clock continues to run on the dead ball. And now Dowling will call timeout to get their subs in. All right, they got both rosters now. Here we go.
They can earn your pay.
Well, where's Tom Donahue? Because he knows most of these kids, as he just got done coaching them here about an hour ago.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Southeast Polk.
Southeast Polk too, sure. 73-36, 3.5 minutes to go. Both teams empty their rosters, empty the bench. There's Presley Zutenhorst in there for the Rams. As they run their weave, they get it to Sloan Gaffney, picks up her dribble, now over to Olivia Toohey. Toohey now cut off by Flattery, who's in there, Emerson Flattery. 10 on the shot clock. Dowling overplaying everything, and now pass underneath by Elise Bartles, stolen away by Dowling. Clendenin with the steal. Flattery with the steal. Clendenin with the basketball underneath to Carmichael. In the corner for three, it's no good by Flattery. And the rebound on the floor picked up by the Rams. Nice job by Ella Wheatley. It's to Gaffney, back to Wheatley. Now a long three by Toohey, up and no good. Rebound Dowling and Kate Clendenin. They get it to Carmichael. In the corner to Molly Austin. Dribbles baseline, is cut off nicely by Sloan Gaffney. Now a corner three, no good. Offensive rebound by the Maroons. Molly Austin is no good, but she drew the foul. That'll be on Ella Wheatley, her first. And free throws coming for Nancy Austin's granddaughter, Molly. First one up and good. I saw her dad here, Adam. I think he's still around.
Yeah, they're over there.
That's what I thought. Second free throw by Molly, good. Molly Austin, 2 points in the first half, 2 points here in the fourth quarter. She has 4 points.
Grandma looked down and is marking off. She keeps stats for the game.
I can't imagine that. The question remains, her stats are going to be more accurate than mine.
Most grandmas are.
Oh, on the dot. 75-36 Dowling. 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Rams with the basketball. Here's Zutenhorst. Leaves it for Wheatley, goes on baseline. It's stolen away by Clendenin. She has the ball knocked out of her hands. And a whistle and a foul on Sloan Gaffney, and that'll be her first. That's be the second team foul on Southeast Polk here in the fourth quarter as the clock continues to run. With the mercy rule in effect. There's Clendenin dribbling the front court to Austin, to Meredith. Now over in the corner to Flattery. Dribbles baseline underneath to Meredith. Can't get off the shot. And Flattery picks up the loose ball. Look inside. Now skip pass underneath. Layup good. Oh, missed it off the rim. Saved by Meredith out of bounds. Good ball movement by this group of reserves for Dowling, and they just couldn't get it off the glass.
I thought that was going to go in too. She was right there.
Out of bounds to Southeast Polk. Final minute of the ball game. Again, we'll have the boys game here on Iowa Catholic Radio. It'll be game two. We'll have a brief post-game show, and here's a shot blocked by Austin. Rams had Izzy Bogwell had her shot blocked by Molly Austin. Rebound out to Dowling. In transition, a long three up and over the backboard. No good with 40 seconds to play. And Roman Wilkin will take a 2-minute break once the game is over. We'll take a 2-minute break. That'll give Mike and I a chance to get all the statistics and scoring done. We'll come back for a brief post-game. And then we'll pregame the boys' game between Dowling and Southeast Polk as The Dowling girls won the first meeting back on January 9th, 63-25, and they are 15 seconds away from winning this one. Runs in the front court with Tess Carmichael. To Kate Clendenin. To Flattery, back to Clendenin. Now they switch over to Carmichael, to Meredith. Now the reverse pass stolen away, and that'll do it. Final score, Dowling 75, Southeast Polk 36. The Rams now have lost 4 in a row, and they're 1-10 since the January 1st. The Southeast Polk record falls to 3-16 for the Dowling girls. They improved their record to 17-3, and they have one more regular season game remaining, and that is this Friday night. We'll carry it on Iowa Catholic Radio, part of a girl-boy doubleheader. Second-ranked Waukee Northwest taking on third-ranked Dowling Catholic Friday night, and we'll be here for that. But final score in Game 1, Dowling 75, Southeast Polk 36. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadale. We'll take a 2-minute break. Take a 2-minute break and return to the Dowling Catholic Gym for our postgame show on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Franciscan Media's Saint of the Day for February 10th. Today we celebrate Saint Scholastica. Twins Scholastica and her brother Benedict were born in Italy in 480. Little is known of their early life, though we do know that brother and sister were separated when Benedict left home to study in Rome. Years later, when Benedict established a monastery at Monte Cassino, Scholastica used his rule to found a religious community for women 5 miles away. The two visited each other annually. Because women were not permitted inside the monastery, a nearby farmhouse became their meeting place. There, brother and sister would spend hours praying and discussing spiritual matters. Around the year 542, they had their final meeting. Sensing her death was close at hand, Scholastica begged Benedict to stay with her until the next day. He protested that he couldn't spend a night outside the monastery without violating his community's rules, but a severe thunderstorm broke out and prevented him from leaving. Scholastica considered it God's answer to her prayer. Brother and sister parted the next morning. 3 days later, Scholastica died. She was buried in the tomb Benedict had prepared for himself. There's more about the saints along with inspiration and Catholic resources at our website, saintoftheday.org. From Franciscan Media, this has been Saint of the Day.
Iowa Catholic Radio is supported by our listeners and business underwriters as we connect listeners to Christ while bridging the gap between the church and the marketplace, seeking God in both. If you own a business that you'd like to use to help further this mission, email Deacon Mark at iowacatholicradio.com, and we encourage you to thank the many businesses who choose to underwrite programming on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Your presence is vital as we participate in the church and the marketplace, seeking God in both.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym here in West Des Moines as we begin our post-game show from Game 1, the girls' contest. Final score, Dowling 75, Southeast Polk 36. Dowling girls improved their record to 17-3, and they have one game remaining on their schedule. That'll be home this Friday night against second-ranked Waukee Northwest, and we'll have that game on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network with pregame at 6 o'clock. For Southeast Polk, up next, they take on Waukee at home on Thursday night, February 12th, and then this Friday they travel to 11th-ranked Ankeny Centennial to round out to conclude their regular season, and they open up post-game or regional play rather, the postseason with a game scheduled for Wednesday, February 18th. They'll find out their opponent tomorrow. Let's take a look at the scoring in this contest. First of all, for the visitors from Southeast Polk, whose record falls to 3-16, they were led in scoring by Hallie Clark with 10 points. She was followed by Allie Bogwell with 7 points. 5 points each for Gracie Wilson and Yasana Love Smith. 3 points for Brooklyn Ruddy. And then off the bench, Presley Zutenhorst with 3 points, and Izzy Bogwell with 3 points, as the Rams went 5-9 at the free throw line. For Dowling, the Maroons had 3 players in double figures, led by Ellie Muller with 24 points. Her sister Katie Muller with 21 points, 13 points for Adrian Sears. Rounding out scoring for Dowling, Olivia Meredith off the bench with 5 points. 4 points for Molly Austin off the bench. Nikki Moeller with 3 points. Emerson Flattery with 3 points. Maddie Rice with 3 points. As Tess Carmichael did not score, who came off the bench. As Dowling unofficially 10 of 13 at the free throw line. The Maroons outscoring the Rams 7-6 in that fourth quarter. And Mike Burkert, you got to look at the unofficial totals tonight.
I do, Mark. Dowling for the game shooting was 27 out of 56, 48%. They're 11 out of 29 from the 2-point range. Compare that to Southeast Polk. They were 12 of 41, 29%, and 3 of 12 from the 3-point range. So it's kind of a mirror of that first game where Dowling shot the ball pretty well. Southeast Polk was under 30%. Free throws, I had Dowling 10 out of 13, 77%. Southeast Polk was 4 out of 10 for 40%. I think the first game, I can't remember exactly, I think it was 43 to 12 rebounds. This game, it was 42 to 12 is what I had unofficially. So they out-rebounded by 30 in this game also. Turnovers, Dowling had 9, Southeast Polk 11. So overall, I thought Dowling played pretty well. They got the ball inside to Ellie Moeller for shots, had some open threes that they hit for a change. I shouldn't say for a change, but they were able to hit those effectively when they needed to kind of spread the game out a little bit. So overall, a good game. Now they have to get ready for that Friday night against Waukee Northwest. It'll be a real challenge for them.
It certainly will. It's Waukee Northwest defeated Dowling in the earlier meeting last month at the Waukee Northwest gym, and I think that the Dowling girls may have that game circled as the Maroons lost that game 43-40 at Northwest. Well, the rematch is Friday night, and Mike will be here at 6 o'clock Friday night for the final home girl-boy doubleheader. After that, the teams go their separate ways, with Dowling boys having a couple of non-conference, or has a non-conference game and a conference game with Ankeny next week. But that'll be the last doubleheader together, and it'll be a packed house on Friday night. I'm sure we're all looking forward to that.
Should be a good game. Again, we talked about earlier that between Johnston, Waukee Northwest, and Dowling, they're probably going to play each other 3 times. You know, because I'm guessing, just to get wild guess here, Johnston 1, maybe, and the pairings will come out tomorrow, so they'll probably stick with Waukee Northwest 2 and Dowling 3. So there'll be a 2-3 matchup, and then a 2-3 most likely versus 1.
That is true, and you are correct. Pairings are coming out for classes 4A and 5A. Pairings meaning brackets. That doesn't mean just groupings. Girls tell you the whole bracket, so we'll find that out sometime tomorrow, and we'll mention it to you Friday night when we're back on the air. We'll let you know the brackets for Dowling, Waukee Northwest, and a few others. We'll try to go through that. So, Mike Burkert, thanks for all you do. I see my partners here. I was going to ask you to stay for the second game, but he showed up. So.
Oh. Was there a question?
Well, there's always a question anytime you go out of town and make it a day-long trip like he does.
That's true.
But the weather's been pretty good, as we all know. So
Thank goodness.
Don't pull any muscles out there in the golf course. I know you're going to get some more shots in.
Okay, well, thanks, Mark.
You bet. Mike Burkert, my broadcast partner for Game 1. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back. Pre-game game number 2 to be Dowling and Southeast Polk. Final score in the girls' game, Dowling 75, Southeast Polk 36. And this is Mark Amadale. For now, we'll take a 1-minute break. Jimmy Cataldo will join me for the boys' game coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Programming supported in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951 with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, online at skeffingtons.com. Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym. Game number 2, just about ready to start. Dowling and Southeast Polk, Tuesday night, Central Iowa Metro League basketball. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale. But we have a very special guest. Nothing against you, Mr. Cataldo, but we have the one and only, the Dowling campus minister, Father Reed Flood, joining us here at the gym. Welcome, Father.
Oh, this is so good. And, I'm kind of feeling it right now because my former head football coach is sitting right next to me here, Coach Cataldo. And he's very versatile, calling the shots, not only on the football field, but on the basketball court, too.
If there's one thing I've learned around here, Father Flood, it's hard for me to call you Father, but with all due respect, Father Flood, is you got to be versatile. You got to wear multiple hats around here. In the fall, it's football. In the winter, it's basketball.
Well, I can tell you, I don't have thoroughly deep basketball knowledge, but I did get to speak with the team beforehand, preached on perseverance. And my basketball experience, my legacy kind of ended when I shot a free throw in 8th grade and it went over the backboard. So I love the game, but I'm not the best player.
Was that overhand or underhand that you shot the free throw? I just have to ask.
Well, I played like a wrestler. So.
Well, I know there's wrestling in your family's background. Were you one of the wrestlers here?
I was, that's
what
right.
I thought.
That's right, yeah. And they've been having great success, too, this season. So the fall sports, the winter sports, it's been great to see them.
It has, and you see a lot of these young athletes in all the sports coming about, and I can't believe you paid him homage, Coach Cataldo. He was your head JV coach, or sophomore football coach, that's right. And was that the year that you lost all those games because of coaching? Remember that? Or did you win?
We never lose.
Oh,
right?
okay.
We just,
sorry.
some days are better than others, but Reed, when his group was around, very talented group of young men, and every year, it's something about these kids that come through the school that leaves an imprint on yourself and me, and Father Flood did that for me.
Father Flood, was it him that left the impression of how to get ready and prepare for a game? Because I heard about your pregame ritual when you were on the varsity, but I don't know if that's for public knowledge, but did he bring that up to you? Did he teach you that?
Yeah, basically these games get so intense that I couldn't quite contain myself. I would, before every football game, I would have to go up next to the trash can and get a little sick, and I didn't want to do it, just I was so locked in and ready to go. That's what happened, but thanks be to God, we got a program that wants excellence and intensity in everything that we do. So that's my goal as a chaplain here, is to help encourage these guys, yes, to be the best athletes they can be, but overall the best humans, right, that they can be. So everything, mind, body, soul, we're here to help them out.
I understand confession was part of your ritual, too. Is that true? And a lot of us need confession, some more than others.
Yeah. As he's looking over at Coach.
My goodness.
Hey, man. Hey, I
got to get these in while I have the chance. Go ahead,
here,
Father.
Brother. Yeah. Before every game, I would always hit up a confession to our chaplain. And, thanks be to God, before every football game, we would have like 10 guys hitting up the sacrament every single time, getting locked in, ready to go. So, the most memorable one was right before our homecoming game, and the chaplain wasn't there. So he showed up at halftime, and I didn't get my confession in, so I go over and pull my helmet off, get off the field. Hey, Father, you mind hear my confession right now? Whips out his stole and absolves my sins right there on the sidelines as Coach Jack is screaming in my ear for me to get back in on defense.
We need more of that.
We need more of that. And then Reed came out, got 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery.
Yeah, man.
But as I heard the story, Jimmy, Reed, or Father Flood, was almost ready to be benched in the first half. Is that true? Because he didn't go to. He was not playing the best first half. Is that true?
Never. The story goes.
That's what I heard.
And I told the story not too long ago. Is Father Flood was always on our kickoff team, and he hit hard, very passionate football player.
He was a starting linebacker, and you had him on.
Well, but the point being is if we won the toss, we had to receive. Because Father Flood was never available for kickoff because he was
right. Yeah, the pregame ritual.
I was over there saying hello to the trash.
It was like, hey, is Reed ready? No, he's not ready. Okay, well, we will receive them.
Yeah, man. No, thanks be to God, we've had very supportive coaches, faculty and staff throughout the whole time, and I've been loving to see what Coach Einerson has really been doing for these guys. Every game. He rallies the guys, and you can look at their jerseys, their warm-ups. They got the scripture verse right there on the back. Keeps the top priorities. Obviously, we're here to win the game, to do our best. But at the end of the day, hey, this is a learning tool, right, to help us become better men.
Father Flood, this is the best pregame I've had with Coach Cataldo in many, many games. More knowledge being shared, no X's and O's. It's just about things about life we should be doing.
It's the first time he wanted to give me more than 6-minute pregame. I beg him. I said, we need 15 minutes to talk about these games. He goes, no, we can't give you that.
Oh, man.
Now he wishes he had it.
Bring me back, man. Reliving the glory days with my good mentors here. What a joy, man.
Talk about your pilgrimage you just got back from.
Yeah, you just got back. That's right.
I just got back from pilgrimage. Every year I try to do a pilgrimage for these students, and the first couple years was able to go to Rome, and 2 years ago I walked the Via Francigena, so it's a 500-mile walk with my buddy who is the director of the Serve of Freedom program. This is the largest program at Dowling, largest club. We have 400 students every week doing a small group Bible study. And so I got to go with this guy as a leader, and we did the last little bit barefoot because why not, man? Wow. You got to go all out. And then this most recent pilgrimage came back, went to Norway, saw the tomb of St. Olaf. Here to pray for the Dowling guys and to show them, hey, the Lord, He wants everything in your life. If you're a good basketball player, He wants that. If you're a good student, He wants that. He wants all of you. So that's the goal, man, is to give it all over to Him.
Father Flood, thank you for being part of our broadcast. We start every game with your blessing on Iowa Catholic Radio. I don't know if you knew that. 6 o'clock every Friday or Tuesday night. So
we'll go big, man. I love it. Thank you guys for having me, and go Maroons.
All right. Father Reed Flood, thank you.
It's always a joy. Keep it real, guys.
We got to take a 1-minute break, come back with starting lineups, Jimmy. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. Dowling and Southeast Polk coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever heard people say that Christianity is barbaric, that it arose in ignorance? Well, G.K. Chesterton says that as a matter of historical fact, it didn't. It arose in the most civilized period the world has ever seen. It arose precisely at the intersection of three great civilizations, Athens, Rome, and Jerusalem. It combined the philosophy of the first two with the faith of the third. So what's the real reason the opponents of Christianity do not believe it? It's not because it's barbaric and ignorant. It's not even because it's civilized and sophisticated. It's because, as Chesterton says, opponents of Christianity would believe anything except Christianity. Want more than a minute? Visit us at chesterton.org.
All right, welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym, West Des Moines, as we get set for Game 2, Dowling and Southeast Polk. Dowling girls a winner in Game 1, 75-36, to improve their record to 17-3, ranked third in Class 5A. And let's take a look at starters for the boys contest. For the Southeast Polk Rams, head coach Dave Stubbs in his first year, their record 7-10. And they will start at one guard, Emmanuel Titi, a 5'11 senior wearing number 2. The other guard is Thomas Childs, 6'2 senior. He'll wear number 11. The other guard is Josh Charlton, a 6'4 sophomore. He'll wear number 22. He is their leading scorer, averaging 13.5 points, 8.5 rebounds. At one forward, the Big E will start for the Rams tonight. And it's Ehikwim Ahikamir. And he will be at one forward. And he stands at 6'7". We're going to call him the Big E just for tonight. And the other forward is Henry Gaffney, a 6'4 senior, averaging 5 points for Southeast Polk. The Rams are coached by Dave Stubbs, assisted by Brandon Stubbs, Damon Stubbs, and Stephen Glenn. Now for Dowling Catholic, the Maroons are back to their original starting five as they will start at one forward. Alfred Coley, a 6'8 junior, averaging 10.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, and he'll wear number 0. The other center is Charlie Crane, a 6'10 senior, averaging 13 points, leads the team in scoring, and he'll wear number 10. At one guard, Nate Jenkins, captain, 6'1 senior, he'll wear number 2. The other captain is Maddox Capola, 6'2", 195-pound senior, wearing number 13. And the point guard for the Maroons, Noah Martin, 6' senior, averaging 12.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, leads the team with just under 5 assists. Dowling coached by Justin Einerson in his third year at Dowling, 42 wins, 22 losses. Assisted by John Nagel, Sam Young, along with Jimmy Nahas, Zach Nicholson, and Kevin O'Hare. So that is the tale of the tape. Oh, Jimmy, we've got a few seconds here. You wanted to give us the keys to the game, and I know you just got you got something from the snack bar.
We did.
Like,
I mean,
Brian
Hobbs
cookies. All right, go ahead.
Awesome. Anyway, but I think Coach Einerson said it at half of the girls' game is everything's going to work inside out tonight for the Maroons. Working the inside. Southeast Polk out-rebounded the Maroons in the first meeting. First time the Maroons have been out-rebounded. So it'll be interesting to see how they attack it. Here's a key that you haven't heard is Alfred Coley is leading Class 4A in offensive rebounds. We've been talking about him time and time again throughout the last several games at his ability to attack the offensive glass, leading the state in Class 4A.
And we're underway. Dowling wins the tip. Our officials tonight, Mark Vanderhaar, James Solt, and Cole Osterhaus. Dowling with the ball right to left, wearing their home white uniforms, maroon numbers and letters. Our thanks to Father Reed Flood for joining us here on the pregame show. Mattis Capola with it. Dowling with their starting five. As we mentioned, they work underneath the Charlie Crane. His shot up and good, right over the Big E.
At that time, Mattis Capola had an open three, decided to give it up, worked the ball inside to Charlie Crane, give him the feed. The big man finished.
Maroons with the 1-2-2 full court press. They work it underneath, and the Rams break the press. They get it to the Big E, and he has the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Southeast Polk basketball. 24 on the shot clock. Dowling leading 2-0.
You talk about the Big E, 19 points against the Maroons earlier this year. Led Southeast Polk in scoring. Hasn't played the full season. Sat out the first half.
All right, the Big E underneath. He has his shot blocked by Charlie Crane. Ball rolls around, picked up by Martins. Noah with it in the front court. Noah Martins, Nate Jenkins, along with Maddox Capola, the three guards, with Alfred Coley and Charlie Crane, the five on the floor for Dowling. Rams on defense. They work underneath the Coley, and he slams it home. The assist to Maddox Capola.
2 assists by Maddox Capola. That time a give and go. Getting a streaking Coley, cut into the basket. Strong move, and put in.
Dowling remains in that 1-2-2 full court press with Coley at top of the press at 6'8". Now the Rams have the ball. 18 on the shot clock as Childs won't shoot it. They lob it inside. And now a turnaround shot by Gaffney, up and good. Henry Gaffney shoots and scores. He's in the starting lineup tonight for Grady Bronsway Norris, who's sick, who will come off the bench. But Gaffney with the first basket for Southeast Polk. And 4-2 Dowling. Now the ball knocked out of bounds by Southeast Polk. Rams on the defensive mode. Childs knocks it out. It'll be Dowling basketball. Again, if you joined us late, Dowling girls winning tonight, 75-36 in game one over Southeast Polk. Now here's Crane with it as the Maroons inbound the ball with 20 on the shot clock. Martin's with it, guarded by Emmanuel Tichy. Now they get it back to Crane, a head fake, shot off the glass up, no good. Tip up and in by Coley. There's what you're talking about, Jimmy, offensive rebound.
Offensive rebound, and that's what Alfred does. He recognizes his teammates shooting. He darts to the basket, meets the ball at the rim. That's the key with Alfred, is to meets the ball at the rim and gets easy putbacks.
Now the Rams turn it over as they get the ball in the front court. And it'll be Dowling basketball leading 6-4 is the Maroons. First game won by Dowling at Southeast Polk, 68-54 back on January 9th. And this is the rubber match. They lob it inside to Coley. Not the best pass from Crane. It's stolen away by the Rams. Gaffney with the steal. Charlie would want that pass back. And now here is TT in the front court for Southeast Polk. Dribbles in the lane, stops, double team. Kicks it over to Gaffney for three. Up and no good. Rebound Martins and Dowling. No in the front court for the Maroons. 5:20 remaining. Dribbles baseline against TT. Kicks it out to Coley to Capola. Now to Martins on the baseline. Swings it to Crane. Fakes the three. Dribbles inside. Goes around a defender. His shot up and no good. Offensive rebound Coley, and the ball's out of bounds. It'll be Southeast Polk basketball. A little feisty in there, getting very physical. And Alfred, I think, thought he was going to get a foul called, and it wasn't. So it'll be Southeast Polk basketball. 1-2-2 full court press again, Jimmy.
Well, the Maroons are trying to maybe install something for the postseason. Don't see a ton of pressing out of them. Work on some things that they want to get ready and geared up come playoff time.
6-2 is our score. Dowling with the lead over Southeast Polk. 4:45 remaining, and a little high-low action underneath to the Big E. And his shot, oh good. And the rebound, Dowling.
I think Big E's had 3 shots of his block so far tonight.
And now Martins gets loose underneath, and his shot up and good as he went right around Josh Charlton.
The quickness of Noah Martins has really been on display throughout the year. His ability to play downhill, cut into the basket. That time finishes pretty much uncontested.
Now the ball thrown away. That top of the press, led by Dowling's Coley, right at half court. They threw it away, and it'll be a turnover against the Rams.
You know, this is the way I've looked at it. This is the first away game for Southeast Polk in 9 games.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about schedules.
They had the opposite schedule that Dowling had when we were on the road for 8 games. So, you know, it's just how it went. Dowling with the ball. Underneath to Coley, and his reverse layup, good. And a beautiful pass that time by Nate Jenkins to Coley, who has 6 points. 10-2 Dowling. Maroons up by 8. Rams with the basketball. In the front court, Charlton. Josh with it on the dribble, the sophomore. Skip pass over in the corner to Childs for 3. In and out, no good. Rebounded, Alfred Coley. That young man is amongst the boys tonight because he is just hauling in rebounds left and right. Maroons with their first substitution on the next dead ball. Jenkins now tied up. He may have to call timeout. And it is a 5-second call on Nate Jenkins. Turnover against the Maroons.
Just so how quick windows close. He did have Alfred Coley on the pick and roll. Alfred rolls into the basket. He had him just for a split second. Any type of hesitation there by Nate, and he got caught up in a 5-second violation.
All right, so Maddox Capola will check out of the Dowling lineup. He's replaced by Gio Keelis. Keelis, the 6'3 senior, leads the team with made three-pointers at 30 and averaging 9.5 points. Rams with the basketball. Here's Gaffney. Hands it off to TT. TT dribbling baseline. Gets it underneath, and a shot off the glass. Up and good by Gaffney. A little two-player game there, and Gaffney with 4 points on his first start.
I know what's impressed the coaches from Dowling is Emmanuel's TT's quickness. That time showed on display.
Now backdoor cut by the Maroons, and Jenkins with the layup up and good. Beautiful pass that time by the Maroons. Was that Martins?
That was Jenkins there. Alfred Coley was on the pass, but
Coley on the pass, excuse me. All right. The Big E with it, going against Alfred Coley, and his shot is partially blocked. Gets his own rebound and put back up, and good. Strong move by the Big E. He hit Queen a hickameener. Say that twice.
Well, it's even our PA announcer is calling the Big E. Even Coach Stubbs from Southeast Polk said, hey, just call the Big E.
Yeah. And you know Coach Stubbs. He coached your nephew over at Grandview Christian when he was there. First year at Southeast Polk. Now Dowling with the ball. Martins with it. 15 on the shot clock. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. And now Crane for 3. Up and good. Corner 3 by Crane right over the Big E.
First 3 by the Maroons goes in. This time, unexpectedly, Charlie Crane.
15-6 Dowling. And now corner 3. Up and good by Thomas Childs. His first 3. The night, and his team leading is in the front court. Here's Martins on the baseline, reverse dribble up, no good. Rebounded TT in Southeast Polk. And now TT.
No real big move. Probably the easiest block Charlie's had on the year. TT goes up one move, and
Charlie ran the floor very well to catch up to him. 15-9. Dowling with the lead. Southeast Polk with the basketball. Here's Childs. Gets to the top of the key to Gaffney. Dribble handoff to Charlton. Works the right elbow. Nearly stolen away by Jenkins. Now to the Big E. Pass go underneath to Gaffney. Stolen away by Jenkins and Dowling. Nate in the front court for the Maroons. They try to post up Coley on that left block. Now Jenkins picks up his dribble. They reverse it. Right side to Keelis, and he gets underneath the Crane. And the ball knocked out of bounds as Dowling will bring in Sam Ralston. 6-foot junior. Maroons are limited on their bench tonight. We may see Leighton Oldfield in there, maybe Jimmy Baumhauer, as Evan Mitchell with an injured back. I don't know if you knew that, Jimmy, or not, but Evan is getting an MRI today, and they haven't got the results, but he's had a sore back since last week. That's why he didn't play Friday night. So keep an eye on the big guy, 6'4", 245-pounder, the right guard on the basketball team. And now we got a jump ball called as Crane was tied up, and it'll be possession of Southeast Polk.
You look at Southeast Polk, and Coach Stubbs is such a prolific coach at Grandview Christian, and lives and dies by the three-point shot, but you haven't seen a ton of it out of Southeast Polk. I looked at last week's game against Urbandale. They shot 37 threes. Now
they attempted.
They attempted 37 threes, but Urbandale plays a zone, and that's probably what they took advantage of. But
here's Charlton underneath, and he feeds TT for the layup. Good. Emmanuel TT with his first 2 points. It's 15-11. Dowling's lead with 4. And about a 2-second differential shot clock and game clock. So 25 seconds on the shot clock and about 27 on the game clock. And Maroons will try to wind it down here in the final 20 seconds of the first quarter. Earlier tonight, Dowling girls a winner, 75-36 over Southeast Polk to run their record to 17-3. Dowling girls await their tournament bracket tomorrow as classes 4A and 5A brackets are released. Here's Martins coming off a double team, gets in the corner to Ralston, and Sam is fouled as he goes to the baseline. And they'll whistle the Big E. He hit Queen a hick a meaner with the foul.
Been working on that all day.
I have. I took your advice, went to AI, and found the English version. And the young man who transferred from Canada, they just call him the Big E everywhere. And now we've got shot clock violation on Dowling. Okay.
Dowling turnover. Ball was not touched on the inbound, so 1.1 seconds back on the clock.
That's what they did. Okay. And Coach Mr. Crandall did a good job with that. All right, they throw it in. Gaffney throws it in, and that will do it as the horn goes off. And we've come to the end of the first quarter with the score. Dowling Catholic 15, Southeast Polk 11. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I am Mark Amadale. Back with the second quarter here at the Dowling Gym after this 1-minute break along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Okay, that's all for today. I'm a teacher, and I've got a big job. I shape the mind of every student who walks through my classroom doors. But my department isn't the biggest in school. You know what is? Athletics. And it's the athletic administrator who makes it all happen. So while you're thanking me for all that I do, thank them too. They deserve it.
This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym, West Des Moines. The first of two games this week on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Tonight, Dowling and Southeast Polk here at the Dowling Gym. Friday night, we'll be back. Final regular season game for the Dowling girls, as they'll have a doubleheader with Waukee Northwest, and we'll be on the air Friday night, 6 o'clock to cover that. Out of the timeout, out of the quarter break, Dowling starts the second quarter with the basketball. Mattis Capola, Noah Martins, Gio Keelis, along with Alfred Coley, and Sam Ralston. Here's Ralston for three in the corner. It's no good. Rebounded by Charlton and Southeast Polk. Gets the ball down court immediately. Here's Childs underneath to TT, and he has his shot blocked out of bounds by Coley. It'll be Southeast Polk basketball with 27 on the shot clock. Jimmy, our first quarter numbers, if you will.
Yeah, real good scoring by both teams. 7 out of 10 by Dowling from the field. 1 of 1 from 3. Had 5 rebounds, 3 turnovers. Southeast Polk, 5 of 12 from the field. 1 3-pointer. 3 rebounds and 3 turnovers.
Rams with the basketball. Grady Brownsway Norris checking in the lineup. He'll shoot the 3 from the corner. Good. He's coming off an illness, but he didn't look it there. 3-pointer by Brownsway Norris gets the start here in the second quarter. And it's a 1-point Dowling lead.
Something that you wouldn't know a ton of, but usually when you come off an illness, you usually play a whole lot better because you're just more in tune with the game, focused. Just a little something you learned today.
Wow. Well, you know, I got you pretty good with Father Flood.
A little bit.
I had a lot of fun with that. That was the best pregame we ever did. And you didn't say a word about matchups and watch the zone, watch the press. It was the best pregame we ever had. If you learn one thing, Mr. Cataldo, get the confession. All right, Southeast Polk with the basketball down the lane and off the hands of Charlton. It'll be a turnover against the Rams. Dowling basketball. 15-14, Dowling by 1. Charlie King returns, and Sam Ralston will sit down here, Jimmy.
You know, the Maroons have had that luxury of having 3 big men with Evan Mitchell, getting into that big man rotation with Coley and Crane.
Mm-hmm.
Not having him available limits that a little bit by the Maroons, but they're going both Crane and Coley often in these sets, playing to the size advantage that right now Alfred has.
All right, here's Coley with the basketball over to Crane, fakes the three, and now loses the ball out of bounds, and they say it went off of the Big E. So it'll be Dowling basketball, 17 on the shot clock. 6.5 minutes remaining, second quarter. Halftime, we will be joined by members of the Dowling girls basketball team. A winner tonight in game one, 75-36 over Southeast Polk. Dowling inbounds the ball. Keyless inbounds to Coley. Looking inside, they can't get it to Crane. Keyless pull-up jumper on the baseline, overshot everything, no good, and rebound Big E and Southeast Polk. Runs by one. We've been stuck on that score for a while. Rams have the only basket of the second quarter. Now they lob it inside of the Big E, turns and shoots and scores right over Charlie Crane. The Big E with 5 points, or 4 points, excuse me. And it's 16-15, Rams by one. 6 minutes to play, second quarter. Dowling with the ball. Keyless, Martins, Crane, Coley, and Capola, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Rams stay man-to-man. Now here's Capola with it. Out to Keyless, top of the key. Looking inside to Coley. Now to Martins for three. It's off the mark, no good. Coley with the rebound to Capola for three. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound, Southeast Polk and Charlton. Dribbles in the front court. Leaves it for Bronzeway Norris. Now TT coming off a ball screen. Down the lane. Gets in the lane. His shot up and no good. The Big E with the rebound. A put back up and in right between Crane and Coley in a timeout Dowling. And that Big E has made a difference. He's got 4 points. 4 of his 6 points here in the second quarter. Rams by 3, 18-15 with 5:22 to go second quarter. And Jimmy, a timeout called by Dowling, a 30-second timeout.
Well, you mentioned about Big E, and he's leading Southeast Polk, as you mentioned, with 6 points. As I mentioned, 19 points in the first game. Maroons really didn't have much of an answer for him. Strong individual. 6'7", senior, averaging over 10 points a game. Just a strong individual. Caused the Maroons a lot of havoc last game, and right now have a little bit of trouble blocking him out.
Yeah, no question. And Maroons called that 30-second timeout by Coach Einerson. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Construction Professionals, Ashworth Vision Clinic. Our thanks to Bozen the Florist and Iowa Wealth Management. And understand an order went into Bozen's for you and your lovely bride. Valentine's Day is Saturday. If you haven't forgot, Jimmy, I know you have, but our listeners out there know what day it is, and that's this Saturday, so keep that in mind. Dowling with the ball out of the timeout. Dribbling baseline is Jenkins. Nate back in the lineup to Crane. Underneath, scoop shot up with the left hand, no good. And the put back up and no good by Coley. Rebound Southeast Polk. Down to Bronzeway Norris. Layup good. And Southeast Polk getting it done on both ends. Bronzeway Norris with 5 points off the bench tonight. 20-15, Southeast Polk by 5. Their largest lead of the night. Dowling with the ball. Here's Martin. Noah coming off a ball screen by Coley. Works the right side of Jenkins. Rams overplaying the passing zone. They lob it underneath to Crane. His shot up and good. The basket will count, and a foul on Southeast Polk. They're going to whistle it on Bronzeway Norris.
Good movement by the Maroons as Southeast Polk was giving help to the post up of Charlie Crane. Alfred Coley jumps to the top of the key, which frees up Crane on the backdoor shot.
That is Dowling's first basket of the second quarter. Free throw by Crane, no good. Rebound, Southeast Polk. 20-17 Rams. Rams in the front court, left to right in front of us. We're in their all-black road uniforms with gold numbers. And now the Big E at the free throw line shoots and scores. And he's got 6 of his 8 points here in the second quarter. 22-17 Southeast Polk.
8-foot jump shot, tough one. Right over Crane there. Nice shot.
Dowling with the ball. Here's Capola. Picks up his dribble. Gets to Coley on the baseline. Alfred dribbles baseline. Kicks it back out. It's stolen away by TT. Stood right in front of the defender, and now Bronzeway Norris with it. Tried to get a pass underneath the Big E, and it brings it back out. Rams will reset with 20 on the shot clock. There's TT with it. Out to the Big E. Looking inside. Gives it to Charlton. Down the lane he goes. Put up a shot with the left hand. Good. Charlton with the basket. Josh Charlton with his first basket, and he is the leading scorer for Southeast Polk, averaging 13.5 points. Gets his first 2 there.
Charlton's the do everything. Leads Southeast Polk points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks per game.
All right, Dowling with the ball. Here's Crane at the right elbow. Shot up and good by Charlie Crane, who has 9 points to lead Dowling. 24-19, Rams by 5. And now a long three, up and no good by the Big E. Fight for the rebound, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Dowling as Jenkins and Coley were battling for the basketball with Henry Gaffney. 3:05 to go, second quarter, and the Rams inbound the ball. They get it to Charlton. Now the pass to the Big E. It's stolen away by Martins. Down to Jenkins. They lob it up for Crane. Layup good. Nate Jenkins left it for Crane, and he makes the layup, and he's got 11 points.
Alley-oop right at the rim, and gives everything for Charlie Crane. High points it, puts it in, and Boyd's a foul.
These teams are all getting after it tonight, up and down the floor we go. And now a bad pass that time by Charlton. Turnover against the Rams. 24-21, Southeast Polk by 3. Keyless back in the lineup for Dowling. Capola will sit down, and Thomas Childs back in the lineup for Southeast Polk, and Grady Bronzeway Norris will sit down. Rams don't go deep. Let's hope to see Dom Crawford Coleman in there, number 10. Will Hins has been in there, and Max Johnson. They have yet to play tonight. Dowling with the ball. Jenkins in the front court. Looking inside to Coley. Now to Keyless for three. Good. Corner three by Keyless as Childs lost track of him.
Came off the pick really well. Gio set his feet, in which he had to turn around and get square, but great job by Keyless getting square to the basket and drilling it.
Team leading 31st three-pointer for Gio Keyless. He has first 3 points tonight. Tied at 24, 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter from the Dowling Catholic Gym. Game 2 of our doubleheader. They lob it inside. And shot up and no good. The offensive rebound, Southeast Polk. Charlton with it, and then ball tapped away into the hands of Crane. Minute 45 to go. Runs in the front court. They're looking inside to Coley, and he's fouled as he goes to the basket. And we'll see if we got free throws or out of bounds. They're going to give free throws, 2 shots. Fouls on Charlton, his first. Team foul number 2 on Southeast Polk. And Alfred Coley to the line, a 54% free throw shooter on the year. Scored 6 points in the first quarter. He's been held scoreless here in the second quarter.
Well, the Rams have just struggled finding the way to get him the ball down low. He's getting the attention of Big E, which is the biggest defender on Southeast Polk. So more and more of the ball's going into Charlie Crane.
First free throw, no good. Second free throw, in and out, no good. Rebound, Southeast Polk and Thomas Childs. Now Charlton will bring it up. Runs a point for the most part. Also in the lineup for Southeast Polk, Max Johnson for the first time tonight. Number 20, 5'11 junior in the lineup, wearing the headband. And now the Big E for 3 at the top of the key. It's no good. Rebound, Dowling and Charlie Crane. Dribbles in the front court. Hands it off to Nate Jenkins. Jenkins double team, gets to Martins. Underneath the Crane. Charlie. Right block. Turnaround shot to left hand. No good. And the rebound, Big E and Southeast Polk. Final minute of the first half. Tied at 24. Dowling and Southeast Polk. Glad you joined us tonight. Tuesday night, Central Iowa Metro League girls and boys basketball. Girls game won by Dowling, 75-36 the final. And the boys game tied here in the final 40 seconds, Jimmy.
Well, you're probably looking for a shot. Childs is big off the three-point.
Now they go a little high-low that time as Childs tried to hit the Big E, and Dowling steals the ball. And the shot clock turned off. Under 30 seconds to play as Keyless in the front court. So the Maroons go with Keyless, Jenkins, and Martins, the 3 guards, with Charlie Crane and Alfred Coley to round out the 5 on the floor for the Maroons. There's Martins between the circles, 10 seconds remaining. As he's guarded by Max Johnson, who commits the foul. They had a foul to give. They have 2 fouls to give, actually. So Max Johnson with his first foul. It'll be Dowling basketball, and they'll inbound the ball right in front of head coach Dave Stubbs and the Southeast Polk Rams to our left as their bench. There's Martins with it. Noah, step back three right in front of the bench, no good. And we go to halftime, tied at 24, Dowling and Southeast Polk. So Jimmy Cataldo, very interesting first half. Dowling led 15-11 at the end of the first quarter, but the Rams put up a rally here, and we're tied at 24.
Well, one thing that I know it's been a big focus for this game is rebounding. Right now the Maroons are getting out-rebounded by Southeast Polk 10-8. So, again, not something that the Maroons were hoping to see out of themselves coming into this game, and having a lot of success feeding the paint, just not getting enough opportunities in that with 5 turnovers tonight for the Maroons.
Dowling 0 for 3 at the free throw line tonight. Southeast Polk is yet to attempt a free throw, so we go to halftime. Dowling and Southeast Polk tied at 24. Up next, head coach Christian Meyer and the Dowling girls team, and she brought a player with her, so we'll interview them as we take a break here at halftime. Dowling and Southeast Polk tied at 24 during the boys game. Back in 2 minutes along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Gratitude saves us from an unhealthy negativity. That's why people in Alcoholics Anonymous have to count their gratefuls every day. It safeguards relationships because it lets people know that we don't take them for granted. Gratitude protects us from pride because it reminds us that we aren't the ultimate source of all our blessings. And not only is gratitude a key to actually enjoying our blessings, it makes us more successful. See, people like to bless, promote, and support a humble and grateful person. It's just more enjoyable than blessing someone who acts entitled. Thankfully, it's not too difficult to unleash the power of gratitude in your life. All it takes is saying 2 simple words as often as possible. Thank you. Thank your spouse for loving you. Thank your parents for dinner. Thank your boss for your job. Thank your teacher for his or her work. Above all, thank God for everything. In the words of Solanus Casey, it's heaven begun for the grateful on earth. Thank you for listening. This is Chris Stefanik from reallifecatholic.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Do you believe in the importance of Catholic education? Do you owe Iowa income tax this year? Consider a gift to the Catholic Tuition Organization to help worthy students attend Catholic schools in the diocese and receive an Iowa tax credit of 75% of your donation. If you give $1,000 to CTO, you'll receive a tax credit of $750. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
KIHS, Perry, KDVM, Mason City, KCSL, Spencer.
The radio home for your Dowling Catholic Maroons. 105.5 KIHS, Perry, Des Moines. IowaCatholicRadio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio mobile app. Encounter Jesus.
That's the way to get people's attention on a Tuesday night. Play a little Journey. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeo back at the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. At halftime of the boys contest, Dowling and Southeast Polk tied at 24. Now joined by head coach Christian Meyer and one of her basketball players, a young lady who I called plenty tonight, I think, Kate Clendenin. Welcome, ladies. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Kate, can you hear all right?
Yeah.
Well, good, because you got in some pretty key moments there at the end trying to close it out. But, Coach Meyer, congratulations on the win. And we mentioned during our broadcast with Mike Burkert, who was with us earlier, get well wishes to one of your assistant coaches. And I just can't say enough about, I keep calling her Faber, Audrey Faber, but now it's Faber Francis. And
we just call her Coach Audrey, so then we don't have to remember.
Coach Audrey, I wish
name.
I could be
just
that.
Coach Audrey.
I can't remember that. That's too much to remember. I got enough to remember. But
That's true.
We hope she gets well and hope she's back Friday night as you take on Waukee Northwest. But tonight it was Southeast Polk for the second time. Talk about what you saw from your perch down there on the bench below us and your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I mean, Southeast Polk came out firing threes and hitting some. So they came out, hit 3 threes there in a row. just nice shots that they made. I thought our first quarter was a little slow, and then second quarter we picked it up, which was good to see. Got up to 45 points at half, and we did a nice job in transition of rebounding and then just really pushing the ball ahead. Found Ellie a lot down low. Their zone kind of slowed us down a few times, kind of 3-2, 2-3. I think they were just trying to find ways to slow Ellie down. Katie hit some big threes, and then just got to play a lot of people and see different things offensively, defensively. Overall, solid game for us tonight.
It's not a lot of zone in the CIML. You don't see it very often. Might have been last month over at Southeast Polk the last time you saw it, and I think you probably worked on it a little bit this week because you knew it was in the back of somebody's mind that they may show it.
Well, we knew Friday, Northwest, they played a couple possessions of a 2-3 the first time we played them, and so we might see it Friday. So, yeah, we worked little zone stuff, but you're right, we really don't see it very often in our conference. So it's good just to see something different tonight.
You brought along Kate Clendenin. Talk about this young lady before I really get into interviewing her, but she's a part of your team, a sophomore. Her and Flattery get in there. It's like, what a backcourt, Flattery and Clendenin. I better get used to that here in the next couple of years.
There you go. Kate's been great for us. As you mentioned, sophomore, plays volleyball as well, and just kind of willing to do whatever's asked of her. She's a point guard for us in basketball. She's a setter in volleyball, so I think she's kind of used to running the court, running the floor. Plays a lot of minutes for us in our JV games and really runs the show. Does a nice job of finding people, of getting assists, of just being a steady presence on the court, both offensively and defensively. Last game against Ankeny, she came in and hit that buzzer beater 3 at the end of the game.
That's right.
On the inbounds play. So we love having Kate on our team, just does whatever's asked of her in practices and games. Great teammate, gets after it, and just enjoys the game, enjoys being around her teammates.
Kate, I remember that call right at the end of the Ankeny game Friday night. It was a made 3, or third made 3 of the year on the varsity. But talk about, Coach kind of described it. You're kind of the quarterback out there, being the point guard, and then, of course, in volleyball, you kind of run the show, and I can see that a little bit. I can see that. But talk about this group, and you guys push each other in practice, I know, a lot. So that's got to be quite interesting when you guys get after it.
I'd say, we do push each other a lot. We try to have a lot of energy and positivity within practices, but our end goal is to make each other better and get to state and win state. So that's pretty much what we're all working towards at the end of the day. So whether it be running sprints or just shooting around, we're all trying to get better for the end of the season.
Sure, and being a good teammate, I know you are, and obviously you wouldn't be on the team if you weren't. But tonight, playing against Southeast Polk, got a lot more playing time than normal, it seems like, with the running clock. And I see you out there with Emerson Flattery. She's part of that group. Let's see, Molly Austin out there. All three of you guys played very well. And I know you don't get a lot of varsity minutes because the kids that are ahead of you, but when you guys get out there, you move the ball around. I thought ball movement was very good.
Thank you.
You have to notice that.
Yeah, they get pretty comfortable in those JV games of getting used to each other. And there's times we would play them more in varsity games, but our JV bench is pretty short, so they end up playing, 30 minutes or so a night in the JV games. And it's really been fun to see them just progress as players, as athletes, as teammates, and moving the ball, and then defensively as well.
Kate Clendenin, I got to ask you, playing with Coach Meyer in the varsity, then you go down with Coach Tom Donahue. And that's kind of like night and day, because I notice that when Tom comes and helps me on radio. Am I missing anything? Is that true? Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I'd say it's a big difference. We're a lot more focused on our varsity games, I'd say.
Oh, that's the wrong thing to say, because that's going to get back to him. You don't want to be at practice tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a sick day. Tomorrow will be one of those days. So, but.
Yeah.
All right, Kate, you went to St. Francis, is that right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, great. You got any shout-outs out there? Because we're about ready for shout-outs. We got to get our break in before the second half. Anybody out there in Radio Land you want to say hi to?
I'll shout out my parents.
Very good.
I texted them before this.
That's John and Jenny, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. She's got an older brother and sister.
Okay.
Sister was in Caitlin's grade. She played basketball some, and then was our managers. Yep. And how old's your brother?
He just turned 20, so he's a
in
sophomore.
college.
So you're the youngster.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Oh, the baby of the family. I have one of those going through right now. She's a senior here, so, oh, yeah. How about you, Miss Olwine? Anything? Did they come down, or are you going up?
I don't know about this weekend. My mom texted today that my dad might come down Friday for the game. I'm sure they were watching tonight. I know Coach Audrey had to watch online. She said she likes being at the games a lot better than watching. And I don't know if that was a slight to Mark here.
It was.
Yeah,
I'll take
just
it that way.
probably not quite as much energy in her household as there is, next to the court.
That's the Faber in her coming out. I could just tell that.
Probably yelling some things. Maybe her neighbors might be complaining. She was probably riled up at times.
Kate Clendenin, you make sure you survive practice tomorrow because Coach Donahue is going to hear about what you said. So that is night and day. But you know what else is night and day? Coach Meyer's dad and her are night and day, if you don't know that already. Am I right?
I get a little fiery, too, though. Kate seen me get a little fiery.
Ladies, thanks for joining us, and best of luck Friday night. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
You bet. Kate Clendenin and Coach Kristen Meyer of Dowling Catholic. We'll take a 1-minute break, come back with the second half, 24-all, Dowling and Southeast Polk here at halftime. Back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com.
Support for programming provided by Iowa Wealth Management, a fee-only investment advisory firm helping clients grow and protect their wealth, offering personalized investment strategies as well as financial and estate planning. Learn more at iowawealth.com, committed to creating peace and purpose in your finances.
Enhance your prayer life, one song at a time. Enjoy sacred music wherever and whenever you want. Available now at iowacatholicradio.com, your Alexa device, or download the Iowa Catholic Radio mobile app from Google Play or the App Store.
Welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym, underway here in the second half. 26-24, Dowling with the lead on a Nora Martin's basket just before we return, and now the other way we go, a whistle and a foul on Southeast Polk. And they're going to whistle Henry Gaffney with his first foul. As we're just under 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter, Dowling by 2. I mentioned Noah Martins with the first basket. We'll go through scoring and statistics here when we get a moment. Here's a shot in the corner, no good. Rebound, Southeast Polk. TT underneath, and he draws the foul. Foul on Dowling, and free throws coming for Southeast Polk. Jimmy, you got to look at the first half numbers.
Both teams continued shooting well through the second quarter. Maroon shot 50% from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 8 rebounds, 4 turnovers, 0 of 3 from the free throw line. Southeast Polk 52%, again on 2 of 6 3-pointers, 10 rebounds, 8 turnovers.
TT's first free throw is no good. Southeast Polk 0 for 1 at the free throw line. They did not attempt a free throw in the first half. Dowling went 0 for 3 in the first half at the free throw line. Second free throw by TT is good. Dowling jumped out to a 15-11 first quarter lead, but Southeast Polk outscored the Maroons 13-9 in the second quarter. We were tied at 24 going into halftime. Dowling leads by 1 here, 26-25. Martins with it, or rather Jenkins with it, gets it out to Martins. Maroons going with their 3 guards and 2 posts. Same starting 5 to start the contest. There's Martins coming off a ball screen, dribbles baseline, a little teardrop shot off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, Dowling. Jenkins tracks it down. And the Maroons get a brand new shot clock. Here's Crane with it. Dribbles in against the Big E at the free throw line, kicks it out to Martins. Noah, now a big switch as they work it to Capola. Maddox down the lane, underneath the Crane. He slams it home right around TT and Gaffney. Charlie Crane.
It took a couple passes to get the ball to Crane. Crane was mismatched with TT on the switch, just couldn't get to him right away. That time Capola finds him on the assist.
Now the Rams break the press, 1-2-2 full court press. Here's TT with it in the lane. Gets it to the Big E. His shot off the glass, left it short. Rebound Charlie Crane. Charlie now dribbling in the front court, all the way down the lane. Leads it for Coley, layup good. Alfred Coley with 8 points. And the lead is now 5 for the Maroons, 30-25.
Coley's done such a better job not bringing the ball down.
And a timeout called by head coach Dave Stubbs and the Southeast Polk Rams with 5:19 remaining here in the third quarter. Dowling 30, Southeast Polk 25, alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. I'm going to run down scoring. You got all your stats in, Coach?
Yep.
I'm going to run down the scoring in the first half for Southeast Polk. They were led by the Big E, Ehikweem Ahikaminer, with 8 points, followed by Grady Bronzeway Norris with 5 points, 4 points for Henry Gaffney, 3 points for Thomas Childs, 2 points each for Emmanuel Titi and for Josh Charlton. For Dowling, the Maroons were led at halftime by Charlie Crane's 11 points. He now has 13 points with that basket. And Alfred Coley now with 8 points. 3 points for Gio Keelis off the bench. Maddox Capola did not score. Noah Martins with 4 points. And Nate Jenkins with 2 points. As the Maroons are now 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Now we've got to whistle a foul on Dowling. That'll be in the back court on Jenkins. So Nate with his first foul, Jimmy.
Well, interesting how they come out of the timeout here. Maroons went on a little bit of a run, 6-0 run there. Not getting the offense, getting the rebounds, allowing Southeast Polk to fight for the offensive rebounds, multiple here in this game.
Rams, Childs for 3 in the corner. It's up and good. Thomas Childs. Corner 3, that's his second 3 of the night. He has 6 points, 30-28, Dowling by 2.
Thomas Childs came over to Southeast Polk from Grandview Christian with Dave Stubbs, and he's a prolific shooter. His last sophomore year, continuing here his junior year.
Now Martins dribbles in the lane, got to the rim, but he passed the ball in the corner to Nate Jenkins, and it went off his leg out of bounds. Turnover against Dowling. 30-28, Maroons by 2. Maroons with a 1-2-2 full court press. 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Now Charlton gets it across the timeline. Dribbles in the paint, spins in the lane, his shot up, and no good. Drew the foul. Crane will commit his first foul, and free throws coming for Josh Charlton.
Charlton's been somewhat in check tonight. As we mentioned, he leads Southeast Polk in scoring. Held to 2 points so far into this third quarter, makes his first.
62% free throw shooter, hits the first free throw. He now has 3 points. Yeah, leads the team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. And
it's a well-rounded person.
they held him in check tonight. Second free throw, no good. And Dowling saves it from going out of bounds. Jenkins with the save and gets the ball to Noah Martins. 30-29. Dowling by 1. Here's Charlie Crane with it, right elbow. Now to Coley, left elbow. Dribble handoff to Martins. Dribbles to the left corner. Now gets to Crane. Charlie underneath, layup good. He had to get around Gaffney or he would have dunked it in.
Either Coley or Crane are finding the mismatch on every offensive set. It's whoever is not being guarded by Big E right now is find the ball.
15 points for Crane. Corner 3, no good by Childs. Offensive rebound, Southeast Polk and the Big E. Gets it out to Charlton. Now they lob it inside to Gaffney. He dribbles out of the lane. Leaves it for Childs. Childs leads the team with made 3-pointers on the year. And underneath Charlton, his shot up, left it too strong, no good. Rebound Crane. He's going to lead the fast break to Coley, and he slams it home. The two big guys lead the break. Crane dribbled across the timeline and found Coley for his 10th point.
Just Coley outran everybody on that.
Now Charlton underneath, leaves it too strong again. Rebound Dowling and Martins. Charlton just can't finish. He left it too strong at both times on the glass. Dowling with the ball, leading by 5 with 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Noah Martins dribbling against Max Johnson. In the corner it goes to Capola. Max guarded by Childs. Works the right corner to Martins. Now Noah will dribble against Johnson. In the lane, a little teardrop over the Big E. It's good. Noah Martins, well, he was a distributor the first 2 times. Now he's a finisher.
Great runner. And right now, Southeast Polk doesn't know who to guard because Coley is beating him in the offensive side. Crane, and now Martins is coming alive.
Noah Martins with 6 points, 36-29. Dowling by 7. Now reverse layup by Gaffney. It's blocked by Coley, and Alfred will commit the foul. That'll be his first. And free throws coming for Henry Gaffney, who was injured in the last meeting between the two teams and finished with 4 points. First free throw no good. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, Fast Signs in Clive, along with the Catholic Tuition Organization and Iowa Wealth Management. Maddox Capola will check out of the Dowling lineup. Checking in will be Gio Keelis, 6'3 senior. Maroons dress 9 senior. Southeast Polk dresses 5. Now for the Rams, Grady Bronsway Norris will check in. He's been battling an illness all week, and usual starter coming off the bench. He had a pretty good first half. Second free throw good by Gaffney. He goes 1 for 2, has 5 points. 36-30, Dowling by 6 with 2:15 to go, third quarter. Jimmy Cataldo joining me tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Roman Wilkin, our studio producer. And now here's Keelis for 3, left wing, no good. Rebound comes out to the Big E in Southeast Polk. Charlton with it. Dribbles down, leaves it for Gaffney. Back to Charlton, who works against Jenkins. In the lane, his shot too strong, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Nate Jenkins comes away with it. He leads a 3-on-2 fast break. Has the ball poked away, picks it up, leaves it for Coley. Layup good with the left hand, Alfred Coley, and he's got 12 points.
Just Nate Jenkins not forcing the issue. Bobbled the ball a little bit, reset. Alfred Coley continuing to attack downhill. The Maroons find him on the cut and the finish.
30-second timeout called by Southeast Polk. The lead is 8 for Dowling Catholic. Maroons have led by as many as 9 in this contest. For Southeast Polk, their biggest lead has been 7. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construct Professionals, and don't forget Bozen the Florist. This weekend is Valentine's Saturday. Bozen helping customers say more since 1923.
What's on the agenda?
Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadeo.
What's the plan? Simon's? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hear that's pretty popular in your neck of the woods.
You got me in a lot of trouble during Christmas.
I thought you were going to come through for.
You got me, and I just, the listeners don't want to hear that, but I tell you, you and your predictions, you're about as good as picking the Super Bowl. I mean, really.
I did pick heads, and on the coin toss, and it was heads. And then I lost everything there.
You lost everything else after that, yeah. That's typical you. All right, Charlton with it out of the timeout to Bronsway Norris in the lane. Fadeaway jumper blocked by Charlie Crane from behind. Charlie will come away with it, waits for his teammates, gets the Keelis. Minute 10 to play, Dowling up 8, and the basketball. Maroons go left to right here towards the north basket. Crane for 3 right in front of his teammates. Good! Charlie Crane, 18 points, his second 3 of the night, and his 9th of the year. Wow. 40-30, Dowling by 10, their largest lead here, Jimmy.
Big shot by Charlie, and something that the Southeast Polk saw last time the Maroons played with Alfred Coley was the one who hit the threes from the big side.
Crane underneath, he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for 2. Bronsway Norris, I think, got him, and he did. So Grady will pick up his second. That stops the clock with 43.5 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Dowling by 10, and Charlie Crane. He and Colas struggle at the free throw line. Charlie hits the first free throw. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Charlie is a 40% free throw shooter, and Coley is a 54% free throw shooter. And I got a feeling that you've been teaching free throws to some of these post players. Is that true?
It was always taught just be soft. Just get it to the front of the rim and get soft. But those are 2 big stats as you're entering into the postseason.
I am.
And you need these 2 big guys to play into the game late.
We do, yeah.
And they just have not come through on their free throws. But that time Charlie hitting both.
Yeah, so Charlie with 19 points. 42-30, Dowling by 12. Maroons' largest lead. As long as you're not teaching free throw shooting, I'm good with that. Here's a long 3 by Bronsway Norris. It's no good. Keelis comes away with the rebound and dribbles in the front court. And the shot clock turned off. 25 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Dowling by 12. Maroons with their largest lead. Southeast Polk led by 7 back in the first half. We're tied at halftime at 24. This has been a tremendous third quarter for Dowling. Here's Keelis. guarded by Childs, and foul to give. That'll be the third team foul on Southeast Polk. That'll be Childs picking up the foul. Maroons will inbound the ball right in front of Coach O'Hare. Now TT re-enters the lineup, along with Max Johnson. Sitting down will be Charlton and Childs. Little offense-defense for Southeast Polk with 3.7 seconds remaining. Maroons inbound the ball to Keelis. On the baseline, pull-up jumper, up, good! He missed that shot earlier down here, Jim. If you remember, almost airballed it, but Keelis hits the shot at the buzzer. He's got 5 points, and Dowling leads it into 3 quarters of play, 44-30. Maroons at the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back with the fourth quarter. It's Dowling 44, Southeast Polk 30 here in the boys contest on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thought of the day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
I enjoy the great sayings of G.K. Chesterton, the English writer of the last century. He wrote, "There are 2 ways to get enough. One is to continue to accumulate more and more. The other is to desire less." Actually, Buddha taught the same thing. Desire nothing and you'll be happy. Desire is a very good thing if we desire good, valuable, permanent things like family, loyal friendships, friendship with God, growth in charity, faith, inner peace. Try to desire these types of things. They're not going to pass away. Desire to pray. Work for the good things that give deep satisfaction now and that endure forever. Choose to focus on those good desires of life. And that is today's thought of the day.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic Gym here in West Des Moines, Iowa. Tuesday night, girls and boys high school basketball. Central Iowa Metro League basketball. Dowling girls a winner in game 1. And the Dowling boys leading here as we start the fourth quarter. 44-30 Dowling with the lead. Crane for 3, it's no good. Offensive rebound Dowling. They get it out to Keelis for 3, and it's good. And Gio Keelis off the bench. Jimmy Cataldo with 8 points.
Just came out of the third quarter where the Maroons really dominated Southeast Polk and extended the lead to 14, hit a big 3, continue on to the streak into the second half.
Now the Rams with a 3-pointer, it's no good. Offensive rebound Southeast Polk, the Big E has it, wants to go up with it, and he does. His shot no good, ball slapped around, Capola comes away with it. To Noah Martins, 3-on-2 fast break, over to Keelis. Fakes the 3, dribbles baseline. Now it's bodied up against Bronzeway Norris, leaves it for Crane, and a collision with the Big E, and Charlie hits the deck, but he'll go to the free throw line, and he'll get 2 free throws. The foul's on. He hit Queem a Hickaminer. That's his second.
You look at the through 3 quarters, the Maroons have shot 20 of 34 from the field. 3 total rebounds, 19 rebounds, 5 turnovers. Southeast Polk, 12 of 35 from the field, went 0 of 8 from inside 3-point range in that third quarter. 16 rebounds and 8 turnovers. So the Maroons really extended. 11 rebounds I had the Maroons getting in the third quarter, and are now winning the rebound battle 19-16.
Crane hits the first free throw. He now has 20 points tonight. Second free throw coming. Up and good. 21 points for Charlie Crane. That leads all scorers, 49-30. Dowling by 19, their largest lead of the night. These two teams met last month on January 9th. Dowling a winner 68-54 at the Southeast Polk Gym. Maroons by 19 here. 7 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Here's TT with it. Pull-up jumper, mid-range, good. Just outside the lane. TT with his 5th point. 49-32 Dowling. Here's Martins with it. To Sam Ralston, who just checked in at that last dead ball. To Keelis. Gio, pull-up jumper at the free throw line. No good. Rebound, Dom Crawford-Coleman checking in for Southeast Polk. Number 10, a 6'3 junior with the rebound. Now TT underneath. His off-balance shot, no good. And the rebound, Dowling. Here's Martins underneath against the Big E. Layup, good. Went right around him. No, Martins. Impressive.
Uses his body to gain a little bit of separations from Big E and gets a pretty uncontested layup. Martins with his 8th point.
51-32 Dowling as the ball gets slapped out of bounds as Southeast Polk throws it in. So 6:15 left here in the fourth quarter. Dowling girls a winner in game one, 75-36. Thank Coach Meyer and Miss Clendenin for joining us at halftime to interview the Dowling coaching staff and a player. Now here's TT with it. Emmanuel gets cut off. Now he swings it out to Childs. Over to Bronzeway Norris. Childs with it. Dribbles in the lane. Now back out to TT. Right wing, three-point line extended between the circles. 10 on the shot clock. TT with it. Loses the ball out of bounds. It'll be Dowling basketball. TT a little bit too much dribbling. Trying to find some space but couldn't do it.
Well, I give the defense to Sam Ralston. He's drawing TT the last several times down the court, and TT's very quick and elusive, and Sam Ralston's done a nice job defending him over the last few possessions.
Well, Dowling leads this series 17-14, dating back to 2006 when they play twice a year. Maroons have won 7 of the last 8 and 5 in a row in the last several meetings. And now here is Keyless with it with 20 on the shot clock. Now to Martins. Dowling on the offensive end, left to right in front of us towards the north basket here at Dowling. Martins dribbles in the lane, guarded by TT. Now lobs underneath the Crane, layup good, and the basket will count as there's a foul on the play on Southeast Polk. And what a heads-up play by Noah Martins, who knew Crane was going to follow him in the lane.
Well, he was kind of pointing Crane into that direction for the back door. Saw Dom was overplaying him, and that time Crane darts to the basket, chance for and one, and his 24th point.
And the free throw up, and no good. Crane with 23 points tonight. Foul was on Don Crawford Coleman, 6'3 junior, off the bench for Southeast Polk. That's his first foul. And team foul number 2 on Southeast Polk here as we start the fourth quarter as we approach the 5-minute mark. 53-32 Dowling. Maroons by their largest lead of 21 points. They lob underneath to the Big E. Can't get off the shot. Now spins in the lane. Shot up and no good. Rolls off the rim. Rebound Jenkins and Dowling. Out to Keyless. Gio in the lane has the ball poked away by Childs. And now here's TT with it. Over in the corner is Childs. He'll launch the three. It's up and no good. Fight for the rebound. It'll be Dowling basketball as the Big E was battling Charlie Crane.
That's been a tough battle throughout the entire night, is whoever Big E is guarding or who's he matched up to that time. Crane, Big E's just so strong.
53-32 Dowling. There's Martins in the front court. Gets it to Maddox Capola, who just checked in. Little high-low. Coley underneath. Or Coley a little high-low underneath the Crane, and he's fouled. And he'll get 2 free throws. Foul on Southeast Polk. It'll be on the Big E, his third. Ehik Queem, Ehik Aminer. I can't believe you didn't come up with that the first time we were over there.
I did, and I think I had a little bit of pronunciation difference in that, but we're going to run with that.
And first free throw by Charlie Crane, no good. I think some of his buddies from club ball are up here next to us.
Have a little bit of fun with Charlie. And
Dowling was 2 of 5 at the free throw line going into the fourth quarter. And here you can hear him. Second free throw good. Attaboy Charlie. Crane with 24 points tonight. Leads all scorers, 54-32 Maroons. Dowling by 22, their largest lead of the night. The Big E nearly had the ball stolen, gathers it up, guarded by Coley. As we approach the 4-minute mark, Dowling by 22 at the 4-minute mark. Here in the fourth quarter. With it is Bronzeway Norris. Tries to get the Big E, slapped away, 10 on the shot clock. And now Bronzeway Norris for 3, good. That is his second 3 of the night. He's got 8 points, and his 9th 3 of the year is 54-35 Dowling.
Smooth shot by Brunswick Norris.
Now here's Charlie Crane. And we got a jump ball call. Good defense as Southeast Polk had a triple team on Charlie. Last thing he wanted to do was dribble, and he did, and he forced the jump ball, and it'll be a turnover. It'll be Southeast Polk basketball and a held ball.
Runs are still just trying to set the post, but when you do that, you just don't get a lot of motion offense, and finding 2 guys standing beside each other, which brings defensive guys collapsing into Charlie Crane, that time 3 guys.
Now Coley goes to the bench. The Maroons with their 4-guard lineup with Charlie Crane in the post. Southeast Polk with the basketball. TT dribbles in the lane. A pull-up jumper, no good. As Jimmy Baumhover in the lineup, 6'4 senior, with the rebound. Here's Martins. In the corner to Jenkins. Back to Martins. And Noah will wait for Charlie Crane to get set. Noah in the lane. Leaner in the lane. Up and good. Noah Martins. What body control he had with the shot. And he's got 10 points. 56-35 Dowling with under 3 minutes to play. And now the Rams turn it over. We got everybody in tonight. Jacob Wynn set to check in along with Drew DeRocher.
It's nice to see.
I may have to go to the chiropractor with
there you
the
go.
Roachers, you know. I may have to get an appointment. I'll use your name because you've got good credit, right? Now Southeast Polk with the ball at the basket. Bronzeway Norris with the miss. Rebound Jenkins.
So you look at the seniors who are coming into the game who didn't get a chance to play during senior night. So Drew DeRocher, senior. Jacob Wynn, senior. Jimmy Baumhauer, senior.
Tichy with the foul. That'll be the 14th foul on Southeast Polk. Yeah, you're exactly right. 9 seniors on this Dowling lineup. They started 5 on senior night, which was Friday. And they're going to let a few of them play here. That's awesome. Now Gabe Lawson checks in, a junior at 6'3". Dowling with the ball. 35 in the shot clock, and the ball stolen away by TT, and he's going to go in for the uncontested layup. So TT with the steal and basket. He's got 7 points. 56-37. Dowling with 2.5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Maroons with the basketball. Gabe Lawson with it. Over to Jacob Wynn. Has the ball stolen, loose on the floor. Gabe Lawson dives on it. That's that same drill you run in football.
I was gonna say,
and Gabe knows all about that.
It's kind of a football drill that just happened. A big scrum and everybody diving in for the ball.
Well, I think Dowling didn't underestimate how quick Emmanuel TT is as he forced that turnover. But the Maroons retained possession, 15 on the shot clock. Dowling inbounds the ball to Baumhover. Baumhover guarded by Max Johnson in the lane. He draws the foul before the shot, and he'll get 2 shots on the penalty. Fouls on Max Johnson, his second. And free throws coming for Jimmy Baumhover. Going to Iowa State next year as a senior at Dowling. Study kinesiology.
Kinesiology. That's okay.
Well,
we'll take care of the medical.
Thank you. Yeah, you're the medical guy. Appreciate that. Thanks for the help.
40 years. How many years have you been doing this? 40 years?
This is 44 overall.
Oh, my goodness.
I did 2 years with my son when he was out at PCM for the Pella Station. So, but 42 here at Dowling, to answer your question.
My goodness.
Here's TT with the basket. Nice move. He's got 9 points. Oh, he's got such a quick first step.
Quick, and he stopped being aggressive throughout this game. I mean, he really could take the ball in the basket at will and just stopped attacking throughout this game. And Southeast Polk's offense was kind of quiet.
Davin Tritton in the lineup, and he shoots and scores. A 6'2" junior for the Maroons. How about that? 60-39, Dowling, minute 30 remaining, fourth quarter. And now whistling a foul on the Maroons as Bronzeway Norris is fouled as he goes in the lane. Lawson with the foul for the Maroons. How about Baumhover? Headed to Iowa State, 45-minute drive to and from home to
That's
here.
right, because he lives outside the cities.
Woodward, Norton, Ogden, out in that area. That is just amazing. Love kids like that. All right, Southeast Polk inbounds the ball with a minute 20 remaining. Here's a long three. Good. Nice shot. Catch and shoot for the Rams. That being Thomas Childs. That's his third 3 of the night. He's got 9 points. 60-42 Dowling, a minute 10 to play. Here's Wynn coming off the ball screen. Gets the ball in the corner to Drew DeRocher. Underneath to Leighton Oldfield. Layup good. The tight end gets involved. Leighton with his first basket.
Good cut by Leighton on that. And drew a little bit of contact, went through it, and converts the ball to the basket.
Here's TT with it. And leaves it for Childs for 3. Good. Thomas Childs back-to-back threes. He's got 12 points. 62-45 Dowling. 35 seconds remaining. And now a steal in the back court as pressure by Southeast Polk. TT with it. in the lane, and his shot blocked by Oldfield into the hands of Southeast Polk. Bronzeway Norris with it. Over to Gaffney. His three-pointer no good. Offensive rebound, Southeast Polk. Here's a long three. Good by Bronzeway Norris. That is his 11th point. Third three of the night for Bronzeway Norris, and that'll do it. 62-48. Dowling will sweep both games this year from Southeast Polk as the horn ends the ball game. Final score, Dowling 62, Southeast Polk 48. Dowling boys improved their record to 16-2 on the year, ranked 4th in Class 4A. Southeast Polk's record falls to 7-11 for head coach Dave Stubbs in his first year. Again, the final, 62-48, Dowling over Southeast Polk. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I am Mark Amadale. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back, and we will total up our statistics and scoring tonight. So stay tuned. The postgame show is next after